Trump has countermanded the order of an ICE official, saying that vehicle stops by immigration police cannot be suspended. This after recent deaths during traffic stops in Maine and Texas. A member of all ICE teams will wear a body camera, says Homeland Security. Being questioned today by the Senate Judiciary Committee about making his job permanent, Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche.
I'm proud of what we've done to help American families see safer streets and to have a fair shot at the life they're working to build.
New threat from President Trump against Iran.
We're going to knock out all their power plants. We're going to knock out all their bridges unless they get to the table and negotiate.
Iran's threatening to stop all energy exports from the region. New numbers about the cost of living this morning. The Producer Price Index tracking prices at the wholesale level. A smaller increase last month, but prices were still 5.5% higher than a year ago. This is ABC News. Searches in San Francisco Bay for 3 people still missing after a boat went down overnight near Alcatraz. ABC's Trevor Alt.
Coast Guard racing to the scene, but by the time they arrived, the bottom 2 levels of that 3-level cruiser were underwater. It's unclear if anyone was wearing a life vest. 1 passenger rushed to shore was later pronounced dead. 13 passengers were safely rescued. 3 people were taken to the hospital with injuries.
A blacksmith, a stable boy, a soldier, a slave. The faces and stories of these and others from an ancient Roman city in modern Hungary have been brought to life for a new exhibition in Budapest. They've created highly detailed faces from over a dozen skulls found in the ancient city of Aquincum. DNA analysis and other techniques from archaeology and anthropology were used to determine how the people may have looked in life nearly 2,000 years ago. The title of the exhibition is Once We Were Like You. Chuck Sievertson, ABC News.
A surprise move by federal judges in Seattle could spark a constitutional showdown with the White House. But first, KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. Pack your patience if you're driving from the north end. It's an hour and 30 minutes from Everett to Seattle or Everett to Bellevue. It's a real struggle this morning and something to get used to for the rest of the year. It's about an hour and 10 minutes from Linwood to Seattle. Northbound I-5 is making some progress. The Federal Way to Seattle Drive is about 50 minutes. Olympia to Tacoma is just under 45. The Valley Freeway is less than 45 minutes. Renton to Bellevue, only 35 minutes, and the Lake Bridges are looking good. This traffic report is brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Katrina Gashard. A new U.S. attorney has been appointed for Western Washington. The federal district court has named Roger Scott Rogoff to serve as the district's top federal prosecutor. He replaces President Trump's controversial pick, Charles Neal Floyd. The president appointed Floyd as an interim prosecutor, but never formally nominated him for Senate approval. So under federal law, that extended delay gives local judges the power to appoint their own replacement. But the White House insists judges do not have the power to pick U.S. attorneys. Legal experts fully expect the Department of Justice to fire Rogoff immediately. If that happens, Rogoff is expected to sue the federal government, sparking a constitutional fight.
We have to make the case that Donald Trump has completely lost it.
Washington Congressman Adam Smith is calling for the president to be removed from office. In a social media video posted yesterday, the ranking Democrat on the House Armed Services Committee criticized Trump's recent statements.
Not only is he pushing an authoritarian takeover of our country, but we have to question his sanity if he is launching us on a path to try and take over the Strait of Hormuz and charge tolls.
President Trump has since reversed course about the tolls. Smith voted twice to impeach Trump during his first term. A spokesperson did not say whether Smith plans to introduce impeachment articles. Daylight saving time is one step closer to being permanent. Tuesday, the U.S. House approved the Sunshine Protection Act. Washington Democratic U.S. Senator Patty Murray has been pushing for this for years. The bill would eliminate the need to change our clocks twice a year.
This is a burden and a headache we don't need.
President Trump agrees and also urged Congress to pass the bill earlier this year. It now moves to the Senate. The fire is now out at a massive 3-alarm blaze that tore through a commercial building in Seattle's industrial district. KIRO 7 TV's Tyra Majors is at the scene.
Crews have been pouring water on this fire for hours after it quickly grew into a major response. They got those first calls shortly after midnight, and when crews arrived, they found 2 tractor trailers burning next to the commercial warehouse. Large plastic and metal barrels were found inside in the trailer and around the building. It's unknown if they were empty or what could have been inside of them. SFD says the warehouse roof collapsed.
King County Metro is moving ahead with a plan to improve safety for riders and transit workers. Today, the King County Council will get an update on the Regional Transit Safety Task Force, formed after a series of violent attacks on operators, including the fatal stabbing of a Metro bus driver back in 2024. The task force says it developed more than 150 recommendations. The meeting is set for 3 p.m. And now for your forecast, another mostly sunny and warm day. Highs will be in the low 80s. Showers and thunderstorms are possible tomorrow. It'll also be much cooler than sunshine and warmer weather this weekend. Right now, it's 64 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Okay, everybody, I want to lean in today. So much so because yesterday, in the last few shows that I've been a part of, I've been seeing way too much, first time I agree with G. I agree with G. We got to turn this around. And I need more of you to hit up the text line and be like, I cannot stand G. I'm leaning into it. So, Ursula, I'm starting off the show today with this fact. Fact number 1, 38 years ago, Die Hard, the movie, was released in theaters July 15th, 1988. Fact number 2, well, subjective. Fact number 2, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
Yeah, that's not a fact.
It's not a Christmas
That's
movie.
Your opinion.
It was a summer movie. And then the thing is when you say it's a Christmas movie, you're telling the world that you didn't go to the theaters and see it. You had to wait for it to come out on video.
And okay, I'm already getting.
You heard what I said. That's right. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Good morning, Ursula.
Good morning. I love it that you're saying you want to get into arguments.
Yes.
You want people to say, I never agree with G.
The show goes by, look, for us, the show goes by so much better when you guys don't agree with me.
Okay, well, I'm sure they'll find their opportunities today.
Oh, see?
And they'll find opportunity. Okay, what happens?
Adam and Ballard. Gee, I agree with you most of the time. All right, what you got for us today, Ursula?
Well, coming up at 9:30.
Yeah.
Now, a couple of decades ago, you wouldn't have dreamed of it, or at least you wouldn't say it out loud.
Yeah.
But what is happening today that there are more married couples who are openly talking about opening up their relationships?
Don't do it. Fellas, you can't handle it. Women can. Fellas, don't do it, man. Don't do it.
Okay, so we're going to have that uncomfortable conversation coming up.
Yeah.
Muckleshoot Casino and Resort text line is 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
Ursula's top stories of the day brought to you by Pendergast Law.
A 14-year-old boy was left alone inside his father's truck after federal immigration agents arrested his dad during a traffic stop on Interstate 5 in Lewis County. The family says Ezekiel Pacas Sr. and his son stopped at a paint store in Chehalis on June 27th before heading north to a painting job. And his son tells King 5 News they noticed vehicles following them before agents blocked their truck near Little Rock.
One pulled up behind us and the other one pulled up like going in front of us really fast, and then they came out with guns drawn, like yelling and everything.
Ezekiel, who are you? We're with immigration. We have a warrant for your arrest. Go ahead, step out of the vehicle.
My dad was telling me to record, but I was shook, like I didn't know what to do.
Okay, so he's saying that his dad told him to record. And video that he recorded shows Packus getting out of the truck and being taken into custody while his son stayed inside that truck on I-5. The boy ended up calling his mom and shared their location. She says she rushed to the scene.
He said, well, he has a warrant for his arrest for being in the country illegally. So they never showed me a warrant.
Now, she says Packus did have an old felony conviction from more than 20 years ago, but he's not been in legal trouble since. He's a contractor. He's got a business. He's the father of 4 U.S. citizen children. And now he's being held at the Northwest ICE Processing Center in Tacoma. And his wife talks to him as often as possible.
Every time I speak to my husband, the day that he was detained, and every opportunity I get, I tell him, I'm just so lucky they took your body physically away from us, but they did not take your life.
I mean, what more can I say about this? This is very sad. And I'm going to say sad for the 14-year-old who will never forget that moment, a time in his life. Listening to the mom talk about reading that the mom talked about how they are in constant fear, and for that to happen. And of course, I think, is there now a pause? They're telling them to not go out there.
There was a brief pause.
On pulling folks over.
President Trump has said that is one of the ways, the best ways and most effective ways for ICE to get to these people.
Yeah, I'll just end with this, Ursula. I don't know what it is like to wake up every single day, whether it's being a child or an adult, with constant fear. Now, we all can have something happen to us. You know, you can leave out of the house and not come back home. I think all of us have that little bit of fear that happens, but you don't think about it all the time. But to literally leave your house every day, constant fear. Now you're 14 years old. You're seeing something that you will probably be traumatized for the rest of your entire life. So when we think about mental health, we talk about mental health. Think about that 14-year-old going forward.
Now, without even looking at our responses, I know that there are going to be some folks who say, well, he should have taken care of it if he is still in the country illegally, in particular, since he did have that felony conviction 20 years ago. But I want to give a few facts and then I'll give my opinion, because right now ICE is ramping up enforcement again with 10,000 arrests over 5 days in late June. So it's like this quota of 2,000 a day. Mm-hmm. And in other parts of the country, these vehicle stops have had deadly consequences. And we haven't been talking about it much lately on the show, but ICE agents recently shot and killed drivers during vehicle stops in Houston and Maine. These happened just 6 days apart, and neither man was the intended target of the operation. In the Lewis County case, again, the dad may be here illegally and he has that felony conviction, but again, his family has said he has stayed out of trouble since then. He's built a business and is raising 4 American children. And in my opinion, now this is opinion, I mean, and would you agree that he sounds like someone who should at least have the opportunity to make his case and pursue legal status?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But instead, there are agents stopping him on I-5 and arresting him in front of his teenage son, mm-hmm. and not really explaining, according to them, what was going on. And my feeling is we can enforce immigration laws without stripping people of their dignity or traumatizing their children.
And I think that's the goal. I think the goal is to traumatize the children. The goal is to traumatize a community.
Those are American citizens, the children here.
I know. I said that.
Yeah.
Let me say this again. The goal is to traumatize the kids of this community. The goal is to traumatize the community. The goal has been to traumatize other communities, right? There's just happens, and that's just what America, it happens in this country where that is the goal. 1 minute, it's this group of folks. The next minute, it is this group of folks that continues to happen. And some people justify the trauma that happens to these communities.
And because of that, I again will say, if you are against this, how you vote makes a difference. If you support what is going on, then vote accordingly. But I'm not in favor of this, and I am going to be voting accordingly. Governor Bob Ferguson is leading the fight over Washington's new income tax on millionaires. He launched the campaign yesterday to defeat Initiative 645, which would repeal the tax before it takes effect in 2029. And again, for those who are not real clear about this tax, it applies to household income above $1 million a year and is expected to raise at least $3 billion annually. Most of that money would go into the state operating budget, with some funding childcare, school meals, small business tax breaks, and an expanded working families tax credit. And Governor Ferguson says repealing this could leave a $13 billion budget hole over 4 years and would force deep cuts to education and family programs.
It's essentially a choice between moving our state forward by making life more affordable for Washingtonians and giving 138,000 business owners a tax break.
But initiative sponsor Brian Haywood argues the state has a spending problem, not a revenue problem. Critics also worry that lawmakers could eventually lower the $1 million threshold and expand that tax to more families. The governor has said he would veto any attempt to do that. And I think it's also important to note that more than 500,000 signatures were submitted to put this initiative before voters in November.
You're sitting at the table and you just had a big dinner, bunch of people at the table. Here comes the bill. The bill comes, and the person with the most amount of money stands up and says, hey, everybody, I'm going to need you guys to go ahead and cover this, right? When I think about Brian Haywood and his air quotes, fight for the farmers, the fight for the business owners, and the fight for the retirees, here's someone who stands up and says to the table, hey, I'm fighting for this table, but first I need you guys to take care of my seat. What do I mean by take care of my seat? This is something, Ursula, that we say, or I've said over and over again, but I just have to remind you about this regressively taxed state of Washington. So the same people that pretend like they care about the bottom 20% financially in this state, if you are in the poorest of the 20%, you hand over 14 cents out of every dollar, period. If you are in the top 1%, you hand over 4 cents out of every dollar. That's not an opinion. That's the Institute on Taxation and Economic Policy. This has been happening for years. For years, the state of Washington was ranked 50th. Now they're ranked 49th. How did they get to 49th? Working families tax credit. And of course, you had the capital gains tax. But this whole facade of pretending like you care about the bottom 20% financially is laughable. And reminder, you stand up at the table and you let everybody know, hey, everybody, I'm fighting for the table. Can you take care of my bill, though, for that seat right there? But I'm fighting for the table.
Mm-hmm. So I understand the argument for keeping this tax, and we talk about the money helping working family with a working families tax credit, sales tax exemptions on diapers, medicine, hygiene products, tax relief for some small businesses. I'm all good with that. If voters repeal it, the state loses billions of dollars that lawmakers are counting on to pay for those benefits. And they would have to cut spending, as the governor says. My problem has always been that we are being told this is only a tax on millionaires, yet there's no permanent guardrail keeping it that way. That is why I'm going to vote the way I do, because the law sets the threshold at $1 million today, but a future legislature could vote to lower that threshold. And Governor Ferguson saying that he would not allow that to happen is not, in my opinion, lasting protection for taxpayers. So based on Washington's history with taxes, I don't think voters are unreasonable for being skeptical about this. And I would also point out that lawmakers had the opportunity to put those guardrails in this last session, and they chose not to.
By the way, who does fight for the people paying 14 cents out of every dollar? Anybody fighting for them? I'm just curious if anybody
In Olympia, there'll be a lot of people who say they're fighting for him.
I want to know. I just know as someone who's in the philanthropy world, and I do a lot of nonprofits. Everybody do organizations. They always get in there like, oh, I want to help this organization. Oh my goodness, I want to donate, and oh my goodness, on Thanksgiving, I want to go to the soup kitchens, and I want to do all these great things. Hey, everybody, y'all want to do something about the bottom 20% paying 14 cents out of a dollar? No. Gotta watch gotta watch our funds. They need to watch the spending. Watch the spending. So then once they watch the spending, then we do this for another 20, 30 years, and then we wonder why people get priced out of this place.
Your twice-a-year clock change could soon be history, but the trade-off would be much darker winter mornings. A bill passed the House yesterday that would make daylight saving time permanent, meaning more evening sunlight year-round and no more springing forward or falling back each year. And supporters say the change would give families more time outdoors, help local businesses, and end the disruption by resetting the clocks. Senator Patty Murray has actually been leading the charge to push to make daylight saving time permanent for so many years.
Any parent who has worked so hard to get a newborn or a toddler on a regular sleeping schedule understands the absolute chaos changing our clocks creates, and for no good reason.
But opponents are warning that in places like Washington, the sun would not rise until well after 8 a.m. on some winter days, and that would be putting kids waiting for school buses and commuters heading to work in the dark. So this still needs Senate approval, but President Trump is actually a supporter of this. Mm-hmm. How about you?
Ursula.
Would you rather?
Ursula. You got a small blanket.
Yeah.
You laying in the bed. Small blanket. This blanket can't cover all of you. You have a choice. Do you cover your feet or do you cover your shoulders? I'm just asking. I'll go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm covering my feet.
Yeah.
What are you covering?
I would say my feet, too.
Okay.
And, yeah, because I can't sleep if my feet are cold.
Same. So both you and I want our feet covered.
Yes.
What I'm saying is this topic is like the blanket. Daylight saving time, by the way, I just realized it wasn't an S on it.
Yes.
Savings time. I thought you liked that.
I appreciate you doing that.
I realized that this is good for you and I.
Yes.
Right? Staying at this time is good. Meaning, look, morning times, cool. Late sun, great for us.
Yes.
But sometimes the Gee and Ursula Show does a good job of not just thinking about ourselves.
Yes, we try.
And if you've ever lived in a rural community, by the way, living in Indiana, rural communities, rural counties all across the country. Let me just say this. Some of them don't have the street lights. I'm talking about some of these rural communities, Ursula, get dark, dark, dark. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about, so you talking about standing out there 8:15 in the morning, pitch black, little kids, families waiting for the bus, right? So I'm thinking about those people. If they would have done it, they should have did it the other way. Not on standard time.
Stay on the
fallback time. Stay on the other one.
Why? Whoa. In an AP poll just last year, 56% chose permanent daylight saving time.
Okay.
A majority want.
Let me say it again. Selfishly speaking.
Yeah, I get that.
This is great for me and you.
And
on the other side of
and
things,
a majority of others.
But this is what I'm scared of.
Yeah.
Because they did this in 1973 before, and then they, because of all of the things that happened in the morning times. So I just wanted to say, if this continues, I hope in January of 2027, we don't have any problems, any big impacts and effects on kids, things happening when daylight sunrise doesn't happen till after 8:20 in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Sleep doctors actually prefer having the light earlier in the morning and not having it so light. They say it's better for your rhythm.
By the way,
I want to hear from you listening right now. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line 888-973-5476. What do you prefer? I just want one or the other. I don't want to do flip-flop, flippity-flop.
I mean, if you laying in the bed with a small blanket, you might cover your feet 1 minute, and then you might cover your shoulders the next.
So in other words, all these state legislatures who've considered over 800 bills on this are really wasting their time because we aren't going to do a darn thing.
I don't know, but I just made that topic good for radio. Hey, coming up at 9:47, we'll tell you how the American attention span is changing what we watch. Now, up next, 20 years ago, most couples wouldn't have dreamed of admitting it. Today, more married couples are openly talking about opening up their relationship. We'll tell you what we think about this topic and trend next. Gee and Ursula.
Years ago,
I wanted to be part of keeping the Seahawks in Seattle long term.
3 decades later,
12, they're bringing the trophy home.
2 Super Bowl championship banners hang in the stadium Paul Allen built. Now, a new era of stewardship begins.
Most things that seem impossible become possible.
And we welcome the Khosla family to Seattle. From the home of the Seahawks since the very beginning, KIRO Newsradio.
At Seattle Children's Hospital, 1 in 3 patient families cannot afford the food their kids need to heal. Think about that. A child recovering from surgery, learning to walk again, and the family is struggling to put good, nutritious food on the table. This is why Safeway and Seahawk, Jackson, Smith, and Jigba are launching the Food First Project, a multi-year initiative to fight pediatric food insecurity right here in our community. This is not someday, maybe talk. No. This is grocery cards, produce vouchers, and food as medicine programs going directly to families the moment the need is identified. No barriers, no red tape, just help. They're funding vitamin D screenings, nutrition support for student athletes, rehabilitation feeding tools, and meals for hundreds of families staying inpatient and at the hospital. I love what Safeway and Seattle Children's are doing, making a real difference where it matters most. JSN showing up now. It's your turn, 12s. Put food first. Learn more at Safeway.com.
Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, Friday through Sunday, Angel of the Winds Arena, Everett. Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, Friday through Sunday, Angel of the Winds Arena, Everett. 18-month interest-free financing. Our factories have demanded we sell 1,000 hot tubs and swim spas this weekend. Angel of the Winds Arena, Everett. Huge factory incentives, factory rebates, this weekend only. Angel of the Winds Arena, Everett. We can remove your old hot tub. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Deep discounts. Angel of the Winds Arena, Everett. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Just relax and enjoy. Angel of the Winds Arena, Everett. Friday, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Free admission. Free delivery. Angel of the Winds Arena, Everett. Call 833-SPA-SALE or visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
Did you know that nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all? That may be the reason why your home is way too hot in the summer and way too cold in the winter. It may also be the reason that your energy bills are sky high. Right now, Insulation Northwest is offering a free inspection of your home's insulation. This is a $199 value and it's absolutely free, no obligation. Just call today and Insulation Northwest will arrange a time that works with your schedule. We'll perform a thorough exam of your home's insulation and give you the advice you need to start saving thousands. Everyone who calls today will also receive a free infrared screening of your home using the latest technology. This will help reveal any hidden flaws in your home's protective energy blanket. What do you have to lose? It only takes about an hour and it's absolutely free. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
Experience the thrill of seeing orcas and humpback whales with Puget Sound Express. Join their family-run tours for guaranteed whale sightings departing daily from Edmonds. These are Seattle's most popular and well-reviewed whale tours. Book now at PugetSoundExpress.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. As the fighting over the Strait of Hormuz continues between Iran and the U.S., the president is now backing off his newly announced plan to charge cargo ships traveling through the strait. ABC's Mary Bruce has the details.
President Trump, with that abrupt about-face, backing off plans to charge a 20% fee on cargo passing through the Strait of Hormuz just 24 hours after he announced this plan. The president changing his tune after oil prices spiked and Gulf allies called to complain. He's now canceling that 20% fee, saying allies will instead invest in the U.S., but offering no details.
There may be a secret bidding war going on for a potential NBA return to Seattle. KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery explains.
This comes straight from NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, asked if expansion talks were still on track, given that only one potential ownership group has come forward.
In terms of public, most of the groups that are interested have not been public.
Implying there are multiple interested parties behind the scenes jockeying for a chance to bring back the Sonics. Team price, ownership group makeup, and where a new team would play are just some of the issues being discussed. Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
The new U.S. attorney appointed for Western Washington has been fired. Seattle Red Jason Show confirms it happened just 34 minutes after he was appointed. He replaces, or was to replace, President Donald Trump's controversial pick, Charles Neal Floyd. The president had appointed him as interim prosecutor, but never formally nominated him for Senate approval. So now legal experts fully expect that it's going to be a showdown, sparking a constitutional fight. Today, you'll get a chance to weigh in on whether a data center should be allowed within Seattle city limits in the future. KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin reports.
Now, according to the data center map, there are 59 of those facilities currently in Seattle right now. In last month's meeting, city council members approved a one-year ban on any new large centers in Seattle. Large is defined as a center that demands more than 20 megavolt amps of electricity, which could power about 16,000 homes. Hundreds of people have been outspoken about the need to make sure that the centers are not actually going to drain the city's resources.
Washington is getting more than $500,000 as part of a multi-state settlement over the 23andMe data breach. Attorney General Nick Brown says the settlement stems from a 2023 breach that exposed information from more than 220,000 Washington customers. Investigators say 23andMe failed to use adequate security measures to prevent attacks and detect suspicious activity. Now to your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. If you're driving from the north end, it is still a struggle out there. It's still an hour and 30 from Everett, or if you're commuting from Everett to Bellevue, about an hour and 10 minutes from Linwood to Seattle. Northbound I-5 is still getting there. Federal Way to Seattle is going to take you at least 50 minutes. The Valley Freeway, under 40 minutes right now. Renton to Bellevue is about 30 minutes. Lake bridges are still clear. This track report is brought to you by KIRO News Radio. For your weather, it'll be another hot day across Western Washington with highs in the mid-80s. Expect a mix of sunshine. The showers and thunderstorms, though, are possible east of the Cascades this afternoon and into the evening. And a much cooler system arrives Thursday and will return to warm weather during the weekend. Right now, it's 65 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show coming up at 9:47. Is your attention span, the changes in your attention span, changing the way you watch TV? So that's going to be a fun one, especially for you, Gee. I want to hear you weigh on that.
Yeah. Okay. Can't wait.
Well, you also still need to keep working on getting people worked up.
I think I'm doing a pretty good job.
Yeah. Because you started the show saying you wanted to get people mad at you.
I mean,
you don't like it when they all agree.
Every single text that's coming in right now, ain't nobody mad at Ursula. They're all mad at me. That makes it better. All right, what you got next?
Okay. Well, when was the last time you heard the term open marriage? Or when was the last time perhaps you brought it up in your own relationship?
Okay, unring that bell.
Okay. Yeah. And the reason we're talking about this, we saw this in a Dear Carolyn column in the Washington Post. And it goes, he wants an open marriage. I don't. Is it over? And so the writer is saying that her husband of 20 years has now come out as polyamorous and believes that the only way, quote here, he can truly be happy and fulfilled is if we open up our marriage. Oh. She says, heck no, she would rather get a divorce. Mm-hmm. However, this is something interesting. Back in 2015, 14% of Pew respondents in a survey said they would personally consider an open relationship. But by 2023, Pew again did the survey and found that 1/3 of Americans said open relationships or marriages were socially acceptable.
Oh, wow.
What say you, G?
Okay, before I answer, since I got my good friend Katrina here, Katrina
chose to stay in the studio.
She sure did.
Yes.
And so therefore, Katrina, I'm not asking if you thought about it. I'm asking you, since you're younger than me, if you have any friends or family members that you know that have considered open marriage.
Absolutely not.
Oh.
Thank you.
And if I did, I'd be scared. I would. What you scared of? I think that's just very weird, very odd. I can't. And I'll explain why. Because what happens when kids are involved? Like, who do you coordinate? I'm going to get them ready. School pickups. Like, is this a whole, like, sister-wife situation? And why? I don't want to do it.
It's expensive out here.
It's expensive. That's not the reason people are doing it.
Yeah.
I have no evidence.
Financial freedom.
Evidence that it's budgetary reasons.
Ursula, you down with this? Open marriage.
That would be no.
Just making sure.
That would be no.
I'm just making sure.
I'm with Katrina. Now, you do you if that works for your relationship.
Right.
I'm not going to pass judgment, at least not openly.
Yeah.
And I don't have any friends who are in. Actually, no. I wouldn't say it's a friend, but it's someone who's been on the show before, Jason Ruppel, who admitted he's part of a throuple. He puts it out on social media. So I'm not gossiping. He puts it out there and says he brought someone else, another woman, into his relationship because it was his wife who wanted to bring someone else into the relationship.
Now, before anybody goes away with this show, and I know that there's people that know my wife that listen to the show, I want to be clear on something, and I'm going to be very simplistic with it. First of all, I'm not going to be scared. If you want to do it, if you like it, I love it. Great. But I just want to say this, a couple things. Number one, like I said earlier, you can't unring that bell. Once you go to your significant other and say, hey, babe, would you like to open? Oh, it's done. Right when you say it's open, you just told your significant, you bet and hope that your significant other would agree. If they don't agree, they basically are looking at their spouse by saying, oh, I guess I'm not enough. You can never unring that bell. You come home late from work. Is he thinking about that open marriage? You go to that guy's trip with your buddies. Is he thinking about that open marriage? Don't do it. And the last but not least, here is a sweeping statement, Ursula.
Okay.
This is a sweeping statement. Fellas, you don't want this smoke. Fellas, you don't want this smoke.
Amen.
Because it is not going to go well for you like it's going to go for your wife. What?
And again, you're saying this because you've seen it in other relationships, right?
I've seen it. All the women got to do is say, excuse me, Facebook, it's open. But them DMs go ding, 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 light up. Fellas, your stuff going to be slow. Every Friday night, whatever night y'all pick. Friday night, she got Friday night, you got Saturday night. Every Friday night, she booked up.
Man, you really do know a lot about this.
Booked up. You don't want this smoke.
Okay. I agree. I think that's wise advice, G. I'm just going to say, when I said I do over 30 years ago, I said I do to Mark through thick and thin, through health and whatever.
Yeah.
It was not from Mark and a future Ken or a Chad. Okay. I'm sorry, but what's the point of marriage?
Why you pick Ken and Chad and not Tyrone?
Or Tyrone.
Okay, I'm saying.
It's a whole different thing.
Or why didn't I say Kendall? I mean, let's just throw it all in there.
And that's another thing, fellas. You bring it open, and you say just open. It might not be any stipulations. You might be in this type of relationship, and then you all of a sudden you see your wife's fantasy play out, and she going to date dudes. They like, wait a minute, that wasn't part of the deal.
Well, and let's face it, there are some men who really have that fantasy of having two women at the same time.
For sure.
And they think it's all great and fine and dandy until the roles are reversed. Then it's like, this is not fun.
I got a question because, all right, so we have a representative sample somewhat of 4 here. I don't find the concept of an open relationship to be a positive one. I'm sure there are people who work it out, but most don't. Pew says 1/3 of us say this is socially acceptable. Is this like us saying, yeah, that's socially acceptable to a researcher? But if it was one of our friends or family members, we'd be like, oh, come on. We wouldn't really be okay with it.
Absolutely. I don't believe the 1/3. 1/3 of Americans are not saying that they would do it or that they agree with it. They're just saying, yeah.
I guess it's okay for them over there, but if it was my brother or sister.
Okay, I want to mention something that Sam in Redmond is bringing up. Folks, he says, polyamorous, open marriage and relationships are 2 different things, very different. Amor means love. And basically, I mean, you can have a relationship with love or it can just be fulfilling some kind of whatever.
Yeah. Well, I see. No, hold on. I see we run out of time. And I want to share something. We'll take you guys behind the scenes. So, when we do our pre-show meetings, Ursula, Chef, and myself, and they can even hear the tone right now. They know what's coming. And usually, sometimes I'll break it like, hey, guys, I have a story for you. and I'm telling you, Chef and Ursula, I don't know what it is, but they kind of like story time. So I'll tell you what. I got a story that I'm going to share with you guys.
Whoa.
And actually.
Is that coming up at 9:47?
It's going to come up at 9:47. Okay. And actually, you know the person, I'm not going to say his name, but you know my cousin. And during a break, I'm going to call him and ask him if I'm going to tell this story anyways, but if I can just fully tell it. So I'm going to tell this real story, and I hope that this might serve as a
word of caution.
Word of caution. Thank you. You always come up with good words. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to say there's one listener who just texted in from Newcastle. Yeah. I won't say the name in case this person doesn't want it. It says, 2 ladies is 1 too much. Tried it, not for me. People are trying these things.
Tell you right now, you get over 50 years old, 1 lady is enough. You're barely making it right there, over 50. But I got a story for you.
This is so uncomfortable.
I'll share it next. Oh, you think I'm comfortable? This story I'm about to share is going to be real uncomfortable. Gee Ursula.
KIRO News Radio, where you hear Jake and Spike. Weekdays noon to 3.
Mike Salk from Brock and Salk Show joins us now. This is essentially $10 billion for a team. They're not going to squabble over a millionaire's tax. They don't really care about that.
Not.
I hate the millionaire's tax for other reasons. It's not because I thought it would stop.
It's a really interesting conversation. It has nothing to do with the Seahawks thing. Using it to get clicks on a story that has nothing to do with it.
That's a fair point.
Drives me crazy.
Yeah. Watch live or later on the KIRO Newsradio YouTube channel.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jane is a small business owner.
That's right.
And tell them what that's like, Jane.
Yeah, well, it's like a roller coaster with a lot of ups and downs, and some days things can feel like they're flying off the rails.
Yep, it's a lot. But the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business can help you manage it all. With the largest, fastest fiber-powered network designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect. Plus gig speeds with security and equipment included. All with a 5-year price lock.
Nice. So everything stays on track.
Exactly. The Total Solutions Advantage. Get started for just $60 a month for 12 months when you add wireless connect to a qualifying internet package. No one does business like Comcast Business.
Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and automatic payments with bank account required. $60 offer requires 300 meg internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Healthcare costs are rising, and a major driver is hospital prices. They've increased more than 250% over the past 25 years. Families and local businesses are feeling it. At Primera Blue Cross, we're working to change that by negotiating with hospitals to secure fair, responsible prices so you can get the care you need at a cost you can afford. That's coverage that counts. Learn more at coveragethatcounts.primera.com.
Olympic Hot Tub has more ways than ever to achieve total wellness at home. Immerse yourself in a saltwater hot spring spa and let jets melt stress away. Enjoy a refreshing swim in an endless pool swim spa. Retreat to healing warmth and detox in a Tilo sauna. Then awaken mind and body with a cold plunge. You'll be saying, ah, in no time. Your path to wellness starts today at Olympic Hot Tub. Current specials with exciting savings at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
Dr. Mark Wagner has performed over 20,000 stem cell procedures, including mine, at Seattle Sports Regenerative Medicine. And we've interviewed over 100 of Dr. Wagner's patients, and we hear the same things. It changed my life. I'm back to doing the activities I love without pain. It really works. It's remarkable.
We love helping people get back to living life to the fullest and doing the things they enjoy most.
They also must really enjoy not having the pain and recovery time with surgery.
Stem cell therapy is a 60-minute, non-surgical, minimally invasive procedure to eliminate pain, regenerate cartilage, treat tendon and ligament tears, osteoarthritis, and chronic tendinitis.
And you only use the patient's own stem cells.
That's right, their body's own stem cells.
So whether it's a hip like me, an elbow, shoulder, or knee.
Don't forget ankles, wrists, and thumbs.
Yep, those patients too. Before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD first. Learn more at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? Get the same breakthrough one-day treatment I received at Advanced Hair during their once yearly summer savings event. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during their best offer of the year. For details and a free consultation, call 425-449-8185, advancedhair.com.
Is the Gee and Ursula Show. Good morning to you. Now, during the break, I told you all that I would have a story for you, and I did call my cousin Darrell, and then I was like, hey, wait a minute. Maybe we should have you come on to the show, and then right when I said, oh, no, because my cousin... I should have said his name.
You just said you were going to say his name.
I just said I was going to say his name. Hey,
But I heard part of the conversation because of his reactions being so loud in that conversation. I mean, that guy's a storyteller, too.
I love my cousin, but FCC violation, we can't have that.
Yes.
So, Ursula, let's get to this story.
Okay, but hold it. I got to set it up for you. So let me get a nice, comfortable bed for you.
Why you got to use a bed? All right. So, my cousin is at a bar, chilling at a bar. And this is my first cousin, by the way. My father and his mom are brother and sister. He's at a bar. Well, unbeknownst to him, in the bar was this couple. And the couple, the guy in the relationship, they've been together for some years. The guy in the relationship is like, hey, I've been really wanting to join the lifestyle. For those, the lifestyle, swinger community, that type of deal. That's what he wanted to do. And she told me I didn't want to do this. But I decided, he kept pressuring me about it. So I decided I was going to do it. This is her words to me. I decided to do it just to appease him.
Mm-hmm. For fear of probably losing him.
Right. So they're at the bar. They see this guy. And so he's like, wow, man, look at that guy. That kind of talking about my cousin. So somehow, some way, they were able to connect with my cousin. So a month later, they all hung out, went to some parties together. Well, the gal in the relationship was hanging out with my cousin as well as her significant other. Now, full stop. I just want to say this. The Scott family, the fellas, they know how to talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so,
not a shock.
My cousin is a talker, and he's really smart. He knows topics. He knows about a lot of things. So he's very engaging. Not a bad-looking fella either. Well, that continued, and then all of a sudden, there was a romance in this lifestyle. 6 months later.
Actual romance or just
actual
sex
romance
in this lifestyle?
You can call it whatever you want. I'll just use romance.
As someone pointed out, it's different. Okay,
it's different. Yeah, that's true. More.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
6 months later, she decided
she liked one better.
I don't want to be with him anymore. I'm just going to be and stay with this guy.
Your cousin.
My cousin. And that's what ended up happening. And so the reason why it's important that I tell this story, I'm telling this story, look, you can do what you want to do.
Yeah.
But there's things to think about.
Yes.
Is the possibility that you might be in a situation and your significant other, and you don't know what she really believes or he really believes.
Yeah.
But you bring someone into this relationship, and it might not go like you thought. Like this dude had this idea of this lifestyle.
Be careful what you wish for.
Be careful because he lost his boo.
And how long did it last with your cousin?
What? I just told you.
Oh, sorry.
I was in Minnesota and I was out to lunch and she's telling me the story. Yes. She's telling me the story.
Sorry.
They're still together.
Oh.
They were together.
The winner was your cousin.
The winner was my cousin. And my dad, my dad met her. And my dad's been gone 10 years.
Yes.
Now here's the thing about my cousin, and I know he's listening right now.
Yeah.
My cousin is still not in a relationship.
Huh?
Yeah. You heard what I said? He's still not in a relationship. But she's in a relationship, huh?
So he's not committed to her.
No.
Except for the things that she wants from him.
Right.
And she's cool with that. But in his eyes, he could have another relationship.
Well, they just had a daughter. The daughter is He's 51. He has a 2-year-old.
With
her.
But they're not in a relationship.
No.
Okay, sorry, cousin. That's weird.
I mean,
okay, maybe that's just. I mean, if it works for you, again, though, it works for you.
What I'm saying is,
I'm curious. I mean, I worry about the child.
Right. But you never know. You might run into somebody who is really persuasive. You know,
yes.
In our federal government, there's someone else that's really persuasive. You never know who you're dealing with. And in a situation, you got your boo snatched, gone forever. Just like that. Because you had some fantasy.
That is so crazy. Well, it worked out for your cousin.
Sure. It was going to work out for him regardless because he has his own way of doing things. Love him to death. So anyway, I hope if somebody was thinking about it, listening to this show, I hope you at least have a little bit more caution.
Oh, Brian from Arlington says.
What'd he say?
Everyone needs a cousin like Gee's.
Oh, man. let me tell you something.
I think he keeps you entertained.
He and I used to rock with diapers on. That's how far we go back.
You getting into mischief since that age?
Hey, my cousin, I love him dearly. By the way, he's a big listener to the show. He listens all the time. You know who he is, Ursula.
Yes, I do.
And I would have put him on the show today, but again, FCC violation.
Yes. But thank you. As I heard him say, it was cool for you to share the story.
Yeah.
And Robin Puyallup says the cousin and the girl are the winners.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it works for you.
Like I said, fellas, you don't want that smoke. All right. Coming up next here on the Gee and Ursula Show, more of the Gee and Ursula Show.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. Your flight would always be on time. And your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
Summer calls for road travel across our region. Have you noticed more vehicles on our highways and local roads? Obviously, traffic in the city is going to be crowded, especially with the Ship Canal Bridge construction. But there have been a ton more people heading north on I-5 and east on I-90 for weekends and holidays than again on Sundays coming home. More people on the roads means more accidents. And if you're not careful, you'll find yourself on the shoulder exchanging information. If you're one of the unlucky ones or know a friend or family member, reverse your fortune by having Harold Carr Law Offices deal with insurance. While you're resting, receiving physical therapy, and taking time off work, Harold Carr Law Offices will negotiate with insurance on your behalf while compiling necessary paperwork and getting you the best recovery possible. 7 locations across Western Washington and a track record of success for their clients. Carr is spelled with 2 R's. C-A-R-R. CarLaw.com. C-A-R-R. Car accident? Call Carr.
I was walking my dog. I fell and ended up with 3 tears in my meniscus. I was sent to a surgeon and they said the only way to get this fixed is to have surgery. That just wasn't an option. I didn't want to jump into surgery without trying anything else.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. We offer Jamie an alternative to the downtime and potential risks associated with invasive knee surgery. At Sound Pain Solutions, we help patients like Jamie avoid the side effects of painkillers, cortisone injections, and pain following surgery. Our comprehensive approach includes treatments like pressure wave, PRP, and advanced laser. These treatments reduce pain and restore mobility naturally. Now Jamie is able to do everything she enjoys without pain.
I'm grateful for being able to wake up every day and not be in pain. To be able to go about my day has been amazing.
Schedule a free consultation to learn if you qualify for our non-surgical and drug-free joint treatments at soundpainsolutions.com.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150 while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from big wireless, along with a few 100,000 of my closest friends. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and be connected to Pure Talk's friendly U.S. customer service team. Again, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM, and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche facing heated questions at a Senate confirmation hearing today to become AG. In opening remarks, Blanche touted the Justice Department's work so far.
I'm proud of what we've done to help American families see safer streets and to have a fair shot at the life they're working to build.
Senators from both sides of the aisle asking about the Justice Department's handling of the Epstein files, along with the DOJ-IRS settlement with President Trump that led to the creation of the so-called Anti-Weaponization Fund. Blanche says that's no longer being pursued. North of San Antonio, Texas, intense rainfall in the town of Bernie, triggering life-threatening flash flooding. Some areas receiving 10 inches of rainfall and more on the way. Heavy smoke from hundreds of Canadian wildfires creating air quality alerts in the U.S. and a Mars-like haze over parts of Minnesota and New York's Niagara Falls. The Producer Price Index, which tracks what wholesalers pay before goods reach consumers, fell 0.3% in June. This is ABC News. A bipartisan panel in Wisconsin finds that the world's richest man likely broke state law when he handed out $1 million checks to voters in the 2025 state Supreme Court election.
The Wisconsin Elections Commission has referred complaints against billionaire Elon Musk to prosecutors, saying there's probable cause he violated the state's election bribery law. The panel points to Musk's social media posts and million-dollar checks handed to voters just before the 2025 Wisconsin Supreme Court election. The Brown County District Attorney will now decide whether to file criminal charges. Musk's attorneys have argued the giveaways were protected free speech and designed to promote opposition to what they called activist judges.
ABC's Dave Packer. A 67-million-year-old T-Rex fossil just sold for $50.1 million, making it the most valuable dinosaur ever sold at auction. The 12-foot-tall, 38-foot-long fossil is one of the largest ever to be unearthed. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
President Trump fires the new U.S. attorney in Seattle within an hour. More on that, but first, KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. It's an hour and 10 minutes from Everett to Seattle. That's an improvement. It's about an hour and 5 from Linwood to Seattle. Northbound I-5 continues to make progress. The Federal Way to Seattle Drive is about 45 minutes. Olympia to Tacoma is about a half an hour right now. Valley Freeway is about 30 minutes as well. Renton to Bellevue is about 25 minutes. Lake bridges are still looking good. This traffic report is brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. Today, federal judges in the Western District of Washington installed a former King County judge as the region's top federal prosecutor, and his tenure is already over.
According to a source speaking on condition of anonymity to the Jason Ranch Show on Seattle Red 770 AM, Roger Rogoff, a former King County judge elevated to the bench by Democrats, was promptly fired after about 34 minutes. He was set to take over for Charles Neal Floyd, the former immigration judge who's run the office since last fall. This is the latest turn in a standoff over a rarely tested corner of federal law that lets a district's judges fill a U.S. attorney vacancy when the president has not sent a nominee to the Senate. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Washington Congressman Adam Smith is calling for President Donald Trump to be removed from office. In a social media video posted just yesterday, the top-ranking Democrat on the House Armed Services Committee described the president's action as an authoritarian takeover.
He is jeopardizing citizens' lives. He is jeopardizing global stability. And it is all so unhinged. It is almost impossible to watch.
Smith also pointed to a speech Trump is expected to deliver tomorrow night on election security. Smith says he does not favor impeachment as a strategy. Time changes could be a thing of the past if the Senate approves a bill to make daylight saving time permanent. KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery has more.
The Sunshine Protection Act just passed the House.
The yeas are 308, the nays are 117. The bill is passed.
Now it goes to the Senate, where it has the personal support of the president and Washington's Patty Murray.
Do you hate when the sun sets at 4 p.m. during the winter in Seattle?
Yes, it would mean later sunsets, but in the winter, also very dark mornings. If passed, there would be no time change in the fall. Political insiders say the bill faces an uphill battle in the Senate. Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Seattle's Public Safety Committee is taking another look at the city's response to open-air drug use. KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman has more.
Data provided by SPD to Seattle City Council showed that from 2024 to 25, arrests for drug use and possession went up 47%, while law enforcement diversion to get people into services went down 30%.
Exactly what we said would happen has happened. And that's what you have at Little Saigon in these neighborhoods.
Public Safety Chair Bob Kettle argues those previous ordinances aren't enough. That's why he's pushing for amendments to the current city ordinance.
All right, y'all, sign it back up.
Giving police officers more leeway to call on PDA staff and other service providers to meet them out in the field on certain cases.
For your KIRO News Radio weather, another mostly sunny and warm day. Highs will be in the low 80s. Showers and thunderstorms are possible tomorrow. It'll be much cooler than sunshine and warm weather ahead for the weekend. Right now, it's about 65 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Our good buddy Mac in Bellevue text in and says, what am I listening to? The Howard Stern show? Well, Mac in Bellevue, look, it's interesting because when we were talking about the potential repeal of the millionaire's tax and all this stuff, text line was a little dead. But then we start opening it up.
It wasn't as juicy.
Technically, when we started to open things up, then
y'all had a lot to say.
Y'all had a lot to say, especially my main man Sam in Redmond.
Well, let's just say that there are some folks that are sharing a lot of things, and I'm actually trying to reach out to one, and I want to see if this person would be willing to join us on the show.
Yeah.
Give us more insight, because apparently it's a lot more common than we think.
Do you think we did our due diligence by just, we're not saying don't do it, but giving you different things to think about?
Yes, but if someone is in a successful relationship of this type,
yeah,
they will feel like they were not well represented. So I want to give this person a chance to set us straight, perhaps.
Okay.
How's that?
That's good.
Okay, text us. Muckleshoot Casino and Resort text line is 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. We're already in our second hour, and we got a lot of news to get to.
What's new at 10?
So we brought this up yesterday, but NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is continuing to play out more stuff for the Sonics fans, and he's keeping all of us on the hook with these little tiny tidbits of hope. So he was asked yesterday if expansion talks are still on track, even though only one possible suitor is making a play for the team.
And so I wouldn't conclude that because there aren't other public groups coming forward, that therefore there isn't other interest in Seattle. There is.
Wait, what? See, again,
I know, man.
Adam Silver manages to find just a little tidbit to keep it in the news and keep us on the hook. So now we're saying that there are multiple groups interested in bringing back the Sonics. Would that help out our chances? Or make them worse? Or negligible?
I think you said it best this morning. Adam Silver to the city of Seattle is like the Grim Reaper. My man.
I wasn't necessarily wanting that on the air.
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
But you have such a good hot take, though. Because every time he shows up in the news and he's talking, he got nothing for us. And then he's like, oh, by the way, there's multiple groups that want to, both in Vegas and Seattle.
So, yeah, that Kraken group, you aren't the only players.
Right, yeah, just because you got Melinda Gates and all that stuff. So, again, like I said yesterday, and I'll say again, the easiest thing for the NBA would be go ahead and, hey, Portland, go ahead and drive to Vegas, and let's just keep the party going.
Because, again, for people who don't realize this, the whole idea of expansion would have to be 2 teams, not 1, because you want it to be an even number.
Mm-hmm.
And the owners, if you keep splitting up the pie and cutting the slices smaller and smaller, they're not necessarily in favor of expansion because that could mean less money for them. Like, what's in it for me kind of thing.
Yep. Hey, you know what? Today, I think that, and in fairness, some of y'all told me not to do it. I've gotten my hopes up high with this whole Sonics thing, and I just can't do it anymore. You all told me, you said, hey, wait until they sign pen to paper. And that's where I'm at right now. At this point, I can't get worked up. You're not going to go out on a date with me. I've been asking. You won't even say yes or no. Mm-hmm. We can't keep doing this.
So non-committal. Kind of like those people who get into these thruples and then say they're not in a relationship.
Oh, boy.
Again, by the way, we are going to bring back that topic because it is the number one topic today. Would you say?
Oh, the folks are still.
No,
they're still
texting in. Really piqued your interest
206 just said, I can give you more insight on these open issues because his significant other brought this up a few times with their intimacy issues.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay, now we're going to dig. Keep your texts coming in.
Yeah.
Text us if you have something to share that would maybe shed some new light for the 11 o'clock hour, because we're going to bring it back. Yeah. But let's move to what's going on in Darrington, because voters are going to be deciding next month whether to save what many residents are calling the heart of their town. We're talking about the Darrington Community Center. It has been a place that has hosted school sports, proms, graduations, funerals, community dinners, and generations of local memories since volunteers built it from local timber over 70 years ago. But right now, this center could close if voters reject a school levy renewal on August 4th. Marie Peralt is the center's secretary, and she tells King 5 News that would be absolutely devastating to the community.
Almost like the touchstone of the community. It's like if this goes, it's like you just don't want to think about what else would follow if this left.
And what has brought them to this place is that voters turned down a larger $1.7 million measure in February. And this speaks to where people are just feeling taxed out.
Yeah.
And even people who used to be automatic yeses on the school levies are going like, I can't do it. Yeah. So the school district has now come back with a smaller request to renew the current $950,000 levy, including $36,000 for this community center. And Superintendent Tracy Frank counts herself among 4 generations of Darrington High School loggers who shed sweat and tears on those polished hardwoods.
I played all 4 years of my high school athletics in this gym, had my father's funeral in this facility.
And she wants to make sure that voters know the district heard them. So when people are saying, you need to tighten your belt. So she's pleading for her neighbors now to approve this replacement levy, which would not raise current taxes.
This is like a living piece of my history. So it would be very, very sad if it were not available to future generations.
You know, Ursula, this logging town, 1,400 people in this town. And you heard them talk about, by the way, I've been in small towns this way where a place, a community center kind of serves as the everything. It's the baseball banquets. It's the marriage
place where people go get married. It is funerals, like she said here, that happen. In a state, this state, Washington State, we got Amazon, we got Microsoft. As a matter of fact, this state has more billionaires than some countries out here. And for this to be continuing, my heart goes out to Darrington. But by the way, I'm not just saying this to you, Darrington. I'm speaking to all of the Darringtons.
There are a lot of school districts facing similar cuts.
Right? Like, apply what's happening with Darrington to a lot of the topics that we talk about. This is what's continuing to happen. Because of the way things are designed, it is designed in this state for the Darringtons to lose, for the Darringtons to lose out on a place for that.
Well, and it's not just the Darringtons. Do you remember a couple months ago we had the new Seattle school superintendent, Ben Schuldiner, on our show?
Yep.
And he told us that the district's financial situation is dire.
If we don't fix the budget this year, we're going bankrupt.
He said the words going bankrupt.
Said it right there.
Yeah, and I mean, I want to give you a little bit more.
The last budget, we kind of were pretty clear about it being about $100 million in the hole. It's about $87 million. We have some savings. The budget that we're kind of showing for next year is going to bring that savings down to really like emergency levels. And if we don't fix the budget this year, we're going bankrupt. And the problem with the school district is that you're not allowed to go bankrupt. You're not allowed to like be below zero.
And so what he said was, in the case of the largest school district in the state of Washington, it's going to likely mean closures, school closures. You remember what happened when some schools tried to close? The district tried to close some schools? And, I mean, there were tears being shed from the school board, tears being shed from parents. And then it was like the previous superintendent was like, yeah, I can't do it.
Yes. You know, Ursula, about tears being shed. I have, and you and I have been doing this show a long time. It seems like tears don't get shed until it impacts your community and you feel what it is like. And so right now, someone might be listening to this and they might not be impacting their community. Or they're in a situation where they can pay for private school or live in the Bellevues of the world or the Sammamish of the world where their public schools are amazing and outstanding. And they have the PTAs and they have the school folks to raise money, because some schools, I think you've probably been a part of it, you know, you have some schools out here that sell the parking lot at the gala.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
The parking spot for like 30.
Yes.
I sold one
crazy amounts of money.
For $33,000 I sold
Three
one.
of those parking spots would pay for, I'm not joking, 3 of those parking spots would pay for this community center.
Yeah. And so, by the way, I know you guys are listening like, wait, gee, there's no way that a parking spot at some of these events would go for $33,000.
For people that don't even pick up their kids from school.
I'm telling you,
no, they really
the
do.
Parking spot right there to be close for the year, I have sold one for $33,000.
Yes.
But I'm bringing this up because apply this topic to a lot of things in the state. Why do we wait for the tears when we live in a state that can afford for there not to be this many tears?
Because we have a crappy system, a tax system.
Mm-hmm.
We have way too big of a divide between those who have and those who have not. We have a system where it basically is incumbent upon voters to approve these levies. But right now, people are feeling truly taxed out. And I will bring up, the governor had an opportunity to, and you hate me bringing up the CCA, but the Climate Commitment Act. He had an opportunity to at least put that on hold while people are struggling. Some other states have done that, and he hasn't. So I think there's a very, even more of an anti-tax sentiment from folks who normally would not be in that position. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong.
No, you're not. You're not wrong, because who was it that proposed that that Governor Ferguson pause the
Me?
gas tax. No, I'm just saying the Republicans, right?
Yes.
They proposed that. Tell me something else the Republicans have proposed in this state to help out the people. Did it help on child care? Huh? I mean, this whole pretending like you guys care or anything like that, just show me, text me. Let me know something other than that that tax. Why is gas crazy right now? Because of the gas tax?
A large portion of it.
A large
portion? The Iran war.
That hasn't changed.
You said a large portion of the gas in this state is expensive because of the gas tax?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's like 55 cents of it.
Why is it crazy now?
No,
I mean, we've had the CCA for a while. You're both correct.
You guys are trying to split hairs. I know that the Iran war has added to gas prices, but you cannot have glasses on when it comes to, I'm not going to see that the gas tax, the state gas tax, which, by the way, has gone up again, is not contributing to that. Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean,
I know that the tax is there, but I mean to start to sit here and to say that we're not in conflict with.
I didn't say with.
I'm just saying the biggest reason why cost is up right now in the last year and a half of every single thing, but we want to highlight and we call it splitting hairs with the gas tax.
We were just you were just asking about the gas tax.
Right now. I'm just saying the gas is up.
Yes.
All across the country.
Yes. And to your point, federally, President Trump has done nothing to help with the economy, other than if you have a 401k, if you were invested in stocks, that's going well.
Yep.
So I want to just keep, as you like to say, keep it a buck. And again, so now we've got not just did I say Darrington? Yes, Darrington potentially losing their community center, but we've got the Seattle School District also talking about having to make some very difficult cuts and closures likely for schools, which people didn't like that the last time that was proposed. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes. Okay, did you hear about this story near Northgate Mall where a family walking home from dinner was nearly hit by a car and then chased down and robbed at gunpoint in front of their two young kids? Seattle police are saying the family was crossing 5th Avenue Northeast on Saturday night when this green Kia nearly hit them. And investigators say the car made a U-turn and then followed the family. One suspect jumped out, chased the dad, pointed a gun at his face. Another allegedly punched him and stole his sunglasses worth more than $1,000. Police spotted the Kia about a mile away, but it took off, and that triggered an 11-mile chase around Lake Washington, reaching speeds of up to 90 miles an hour. And it ended near Juanita Beach Park after someone threw a loaded 10-millimeter handgun from that car. 3 people have been booked into jail. A 4th was released, and charges are expected soon.
And what doesn't show up on the police report is that 6-year-old will never look at walking down the street the same ever again. That 6-year-old will be traumatized for the rest of their life. You know, there are things that we all remember in life, and I know everyone listening has a traumatic moment that they remember from their childhood. We don't remember a lot of things, but you remember some of those moments. And that's what I'm thinking about with this 6-year-old. They'll never forget that time. So it's just really sad. And also, you know, I got to say this. Like the story, I'm reading the story, and obviously they almost hit him, which is bad. But something happened.
Yeah, he yelled at him, apparently. The dad yelled, like, what the heck, you know, kind of a, what the heck are you doing?
Yeah.
And that's one of those things that you have brought up a lot on the show. I mean, but wouldn't it be hard, like if you're almost hit with your family? I would be yelling.
Yeah. Yeah. I just want to say this. I know things are hard and not to respond or not to maybe scream back and say those things. There are some people that their response back is a little different than you might think. So I would just maybe caution folks to remember those things, that there's some folks who don't play by the rules. Coming up next here, we have scenarios. That's going to be happening at 10:47. And up next, you've paid off your home. Is that still a good retirement plan? Next, Gee Ursula.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
A political shakeup for Democrats that represent Seattle.
Traffic.
Right now, Auburn to Renton at 25 minutes. That's a good 10-minute delay.
Conversation.
3 people on the floor can't cover 20 aisles of plexiglass. They're doing their best. It just doesn't work.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
And the party begins.
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Summer is a time to celebrate, but also a time when DUI arrests go up. Please be safe out there and don't make that mistake of drinking and driving. DUI Heroes is here for you to help you get your life back together, and they defend you if that were to happen to you. During this traumatizing and stressful time that you're going through, DUI Heroes is here to help you better understand the situation. Call them today, DUI Heroes, because when the odds are stacked against you, you need a hero on your side. Feel free to call them at 1-800-DUI-HERO or DUIHeroes.com.
Life doesn't have to slow you down just because costs are up. At Subaru of Puyallup, fuel-efficient models help you go farther with the confidence of all-wheel drive. And you have to experience the newly redesigned Subaru Outback with bold styling, advanced safety, an upgraded touchscreen, and even more capability. For stress-free pricing, a huge selection, and current offers, stop by Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership. Part of the Harnish Auto family. Visit SubaruofPuyallup.com.
Progressive's Home Quote Explorer helps you easily find and buy the right coverage for you. It's everything you've always wanted. Well, I mean, as far as a website that lets you shop, quote, and buy insurance in one place. But hey, maybe that is everything you've always wanted. Yeah, people have different types of dreams. And if all you've ever been searching for is a website that helps you choose home insurance rates and coverage, boy, do we have great news about Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now is your time to get into a new D.R. Horton home by taking advantage of its National Red Tag Sales Event going on right now through Sunday, August 2nd. Stop by any of its participating communities and find select Red Tag homes at incredible pricing. So whether you're buying your first home or looking for an upgrade, you don't want to miss the Red Tag Sales Event going on right now. Discover the D.R. Horton difference at drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Our founders believed that freedom wasn't just a word. It was a way of life. The freedom to move forward, the freedom to pursue what matters most, the freedom to live fully. But aging has a way of taking those freedoms away. That's why there's Longevity Medical Clinic. John Curley here. My best move was becoming a patient of Longevity Medical Clinic years ago, and second best move, getting my wife Nicole to join me this year. Stop guessing and start working with a doctor who knows your goals and get personalized care designed around you, not the average patient. Discover what's holding you back and what can help you thrive with longevity. Aging is natural, but some of the effects are undesirable, and you don't want to have to just accept it. So this year, as we celebrate 250 years of freedom, ask yourself a simple question. Are you living with the freedom you deserve? Get real answers about your health and get your free health analysis at Longevity Medical Clinic. Find out more at lmclinic.com.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. Buckle up. It's going to be a hot summer. And if you have poor or no insulation in your attic, you could be losing up to 40% of your energy efficiency. Fortunately, Valentine Roofing has you covered. This summer, bundle energy-saving attic insulation with a new roof and save 10%. Plus, with no money down on your project, you don't pay until your project is complete. Call 206 Roofing to save 10% when you bundle a new roof and attic insulation. That's 206 Roofing. And remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was way
way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Olympic Hot Tub has terrific ways to achieve total wellness at home. Saltwater hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and cold plunges, all waiting for you. See our current specials with exciting savings at OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. A search and rescue operation after a boat incident in the San Francisco Bay near Alcatraz Island. ABC's Trevor Alt is in San Francisco.
Captain Kirk Miller was on the water at the time and was one of the first to arrive on the scene.
It's likely that a massive amount of water came in quickly. They may not have had what's called a high water alarm that will alert when a bunch of water comes in. That water got into the vessel without them knowing.
Nearly a dozen boats were deployed there. Rescue swimmers and scuba divers are now searching for those 3 people still missing, with helicopters looking from above.
There's another diesel fuel spill in Seattle.
This one happened at East Marginal Way and South Spokane Street near the West Seattle Bridge. The Seattle Fire Department says firefighters are on scene working to clean up that leak. SDOT will then take over the rest of the cleanup process.
That was KIRO 7 TV's Dee Sun reporting. Basketball fans, this story is for you.
I'm Jillian Raftery. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver dropped hints about a secret bidding war to bring back the Sonics. He'd been asked if talks are still on track despite only one potential ownership group coming forward. Silver said that's only one public group.
And so I wouldn't conclude that because there aren't other public groups coming forward, that therefore there isn't other interest in Seattle. There is.
Expansion team talks are apparently on track to conclude by the end of this year.
Today, Seattle residents have the chance to voice their views on whether the future data center should be allowed within city limits. KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin has more.
Council members are expected to discuss how the city would allocate water and electric resources to those centers without actually putting a strain on residents. Now, somebody else who's also been pretty outspoken against these centers is Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson. She said that the last thing she wants for the people of Seattle is for those centers to really hurt the residents in this area.
King County Metro is moving ahead with a plan to improve safety for riders and transit workers. The task force has developed more than 150 recommendations, including stronger driver barriers and closer coordination between transit agencies and law enforcement. The meeting is scheduled for 3 p.m. Washington's unemployment rate held steady at 5.2% in June for the 3rd month in a row. The Employment Security Department reports the state added 5,400 jobs, led by gains in hospitality, healthcare, and education. Unemployment claims also fell by more than 4,000 compared to May. And now for your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. This traffic report is brought to you by the Seattle Mariners. The Federal Way to Seattle Drive is about 50 minutes. Olympia to Tacoma is under 40 minutes right now. The Valley Freeway is about 40 minutes. Renton to Bellevue about a half an hour, and the Lake Bridges are still looking clear. Don't miss firework nights all summer presented by T-Mobile. Next up is the 2000s Decade Show, July 17th. Get your tickets at mariners.com/fireworks. And for your forecast, high pressure is keeping Western Washington warm and sunny today. Tomorrow will also be warm. Thursday could bring scattered showers and even some isolated thunderstorms. Dry, warm weather returns for the weekend. Right now, it's about 67 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. Text us, Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476. Coming up in about 15 minutes, we do scenarios, but right now we're going to talk about the housing crisis, which often comes up on our show, but it's also apparently becoming a retirement crisis. That is what an op-ed in the New York Times says, pointing out that our homes are the biggest retirement asset for most Americans, and home ownership, which was traditionally relied on as a way to basically pay for your retirement or give you some cushion, can no longer be counted on. And this problem began long ago because, as you know, and we've mentioned before, traditional pensions have gone the way of the dinosaur, and more of the risk of saving for retirement has now shifted to workers through their 401ks. And for many middle-class families, that has meant really the house has now become the nest egg. Mm-hmm. And so when you are dealing with taxes, insurance, maintenance, and downsizing costs, and all those costs keep climbing, even a home that is paid off is no longer, according to this op-ed, a secure way to retire.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Well, I have a bunch of thoughts, but my first thought is I want to talk about the saying of keeping up with the Joneses. And keeping up with the Joneses is something that I have been guilty of. And sometimes we might get a nice job and we might say, hey, I should get that car, or for sure, I want to get that house. And then sometimes you'll get approved and it'll be like, hey, you go get this now, got this new house. I said something to you guys this morning, and I want to raise the years by 5 years. I said 45. I'm going to go say 50. If you're 50 years and older and you are deciding to purchase a home in King County, we all know what the median home price is for a home in King County. That decision is a very risky decision unless maybe you sold another home and you can put 50% down on this new home so you can make that mortgage down to maybe $400,000 or $500,000. But if you're putting the traditional 20% down and you're paying on an $800,000 mortgage this close to retirement, so if you're over in your 50s and you go to 65, this is why people sometimes are forced to work to 75 plus years old. And I think what's happening right now is when we talk about housing, Ursula, we always talk about the youngsters and how tough it is for them to get housing. It is tough on them, no question. But we're not talking about the people that go into retirement with these very high mortgages or, like you just talked about, the paid off house that the wife, maybe she's a widow, house is paid off, property taxes, which, by the way, has been luckily capped here in this state, but other types of taxes that we have been talking about. And it is a real thing. And so I'm bringing this up to just say, careful potentially having that $6,500 to $7,000 a month mortgage after the age of 50 because you wanted to get in that real nice house that you fell in love with. And I just think that equation, buying in your 50s closer to retirement and maybe buying in your early 30s are two different things.
Unless you have an incredibly high-paying job and one that has so much job security, I cannot even fathom a $6,000 a month mortgage and making that work. That's tough.
That's Seattle. That's right now, 20% down for a median home price in King County, Seattle area. For especially Seattle, that's what you're going to be paying.
So when you talk about that, and I know you said it in a much more declarative way this morning as we were discussing this topic, would you just, if you were advising somebody, would you say it's not something you should do unless you are in that sweet spot of being in your 20s to 40s?
Even with the income that I know that I make right now, I would rent. Because again, whenever you plan to retire, that's subjective. Everybody has their different plans or whatever the case might be. But going into your 50s, now again, if you have a home that you could sell and you have equity already in it, and you got that amount of equity, and you can put down on your new home, go for it. Go for it. Go do your thing.
Yes.
I'm talking about someone who finally started to make the income and qualified to get that loan. You're able to go do it. You can put 20% down. And I know somebody's mortgage broker is going to say, hey, they got the first-time buyer programs. You don't need to put 20% down. You can put less than that down. Oh, boy.
Or why not? Why not a 40-year mortgage?
You know what I mean? So I just wanted to speak to that. And so this whole retirement plan, like that used to be like a paid-off house, used to be a great thing.
I mean, one of the things I look forward to is a paid-off house, and one of the benefits for getting longer in the tooth is that we've been paying into it for quite a while, and we finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, do I feel like we can bank on just our house to make us through and make us good and keep up with our spending in retirement?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Right.
And one of the other things is in this op-ed, it points out that this is an even more painful conflict between generations, because as older homeowners, we want or we need prices to keep going up so you can build more wealth and eventually sell, right?
Right.
And maybe you sell here, and then I can go to, it's not going to happen, but Oklahoma or somewhere else where I can get a lot more money for my buck.
Right.
But younger families need prices to come down so they can finally jump into the market.
Right. So, all right. I want to ask, if you're listening right now, let's get uncomfortable. Which one you want? You guys want prices to keep going up so the younger folks, the young generation can get in? Or do you want prices to either remain the same or kind of drop a little bit? What's your thoughts?
Can I answer? Mm-hmm. I actually want prices to go down. And that's as someone who is about to be fully paid off. And the reason I say that is because I also see the consequences of people not being able to get into the market. I also have no plans of selling.
Ursula, at the very beginning of this show, within the first 6 months, we were talking about home prices. And we started asking the question, do you still cheer when record home prices? And we were just starting to question then, like, this isn't feeling right anymore.
No, I used to.
Yeah, but now
I used to get
complete
thrilled.
180.
Like, oh my God! When I first bought the house, I was like, I want to make sure, because I paid it. We paid a pretty high price. It's like, of course you want to see that your investment is good. But now I'm seeing young people, including my own sons, who want to get into the market as well, and a lot of family, friends, and others, people who text us who would like to get a chance to get in the market, and they can't.
All right. Yeah. Crazy, outrageous, diabolical. Coming up next here on the Gee Ursula Show, it's time for good old scenarios. Gee Ursula.
Years ago,
I wanted to be part of keeping the Seahawks in Seattle long term.
3 decades later,
12, they're bringing the trophy home.
2 Super Bowl championship banners hang in the stadium Paul Allen built. Now, a new era of stewardship begins.
Most things that seem impossible become possible.
And we welcome the Khosla family to Seattle. From the home of the Seahawks since the very beginning, KIRO Newsradio.
So I don't know if I told you this, but I picked up a brand new 2026 Subaru Forester Touring Hybrid from Carter Subaru last week. And I'm going to have a chance to drive it all summer long. And I am beyond excited because it is my first hybrid. And with gas prices still painfully high, the timing could not be better. But this is actually about more than saving money at the pump. The Forester Touring has this huge 11.5-inch touchscreen with navigation. It also has a 360-degree surround view monitor. I feel spoiled, especially because also I have heated front and rear seats and driver focus technology that will gently remind me when my attention drifts. Now, it really feels like Subaru built this vehicle with families and safety in mind. And Carter Subaru reminded me why our family keeps buying our cars from them. They are so wonderful to work with. They truly are. And they have earned our family's trust. And right now, Carter Subaru has the 2026 Subaru Forester starting at 1.9% financing. Visit Carter Subaru, Seattle's only Subaru dealership in Ballard, Shoreline, or at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, subject to vehicle insurance and availability. A documentary service fee may be added to the sale price or capitalized cost. See dealer for details. Valid through 7/31/26.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds, and you're overweight. Winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you, with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So, yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou, because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds, too. Get a quote right now at 800-381-4183, 800-381-4183, or biglou.com.
I like it hot.
Beg your pardon?
Can you make it hot for me, Dan?
I think so.
Half heated ain't hot enough.
No.
That's why I called you.
Apollo Plumbing.
Yeah, my sorry old water heater.
Oh.
Ain't getting me the hots anymore.
You want hot water.
That's what I said.
That's what we do at Apollo Plumbing.
And you're ready?
Right now.
When can you?
How about today?
Same day?
We'll have you in hot water tonight.
Clever. How about an upgrade?
A tankless water heater would mean endless hot water.
Now you're cooking.
That's just for starters.
Starters?
How about we make it a worry-free water heater?
Worry-free?
Wrenchie's worry-free warranty.
Which covers?
Repair, service, all included.
And when it wears out?
Apollo replaces it.
No extra charge?
Nothing.
Nil?
Nada. As an Apollo A-list member, you're covered.
And payments?
To fit your budget with approved credit, of course.
And I'm hot again.
Worry-free.
That's for me.
We're on our way.
Thanks for making it hot.
We're ApolloPlumbing.com.
Wow, Sarah, these window coverings are gorgeous. Did you guys do this yourself?
No way. It's all Hunter Douglas. My local expert came to our home, brought samples, and helped us see everything in our actual light, then measured perfectly and handled the installation.
If you're planning a remodel, moving into a new home, or simply ready to elevate how your space feels, Westco Blinds, your neighborhood Hunter Douglas expert, offers custom, beautifully crafted window treatments thoughtfully designed for life. Whether it's blinds, shades, shutters, or drapes, our products fit your windows perfectly. And with smart home options, you control the light and privacy with a tap or on schedule. Hunter Douglas window treatments are an investment in quality, backed by a lifetime limited warranty and ongoing support from your trusted local expert, Westco Blinds. Call now to schedule your free in-home design consultation. Call 206-285-5455, 206-285-5455, 206-285-5455.
Les Schwab Tires has been proudly serving communities for over 70 years, and we've collected thousands of inspiring stories. Like Kate, who was off on a long road trip with her best friend when the dash lit up like a game show. They find the nearest Les Schwab. Turns out they really needed an oil change. It was done in a flash. Road trip saved. At Les Schwab, we're proud to keep you rolling. Les Schwab Tires. Our greatest story is yours. Stories are composites inspired by real customer feedback.
Nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all. Sound like your home? Then call for your free inspection.
InsulationNorthwest.com. Hey, it's Jason Rantz. If your air conditioner is barely hanging on, CM Heating has one of the best offers I've heard this summer. Right now, you can get any size high-efficiency AC system for just $179.99 a month with zero upfront costs. And here's the game changer. CM Heating's Comfort as a Service program includes lifetime repairs, annual maintenance, and even filters at no additional charge ever. Go to cmheating.com and schedule your free estimate online today.
License number CMHEAHL 751LW.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Let's get two scenarios.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
My husband's pranks wreck my entire week. He is most amazing 85% of the time, but he also loves to prank me. When we started dating, the pranks were small, like hiding my keys or startling me, but over the years, they've grown meaner and scarier. I hate being pranked, and I have begged him to stop, but he seems unable to understand why they upset me so much. Since the pandemic began until now, his pranks have escalated. He pretended to run over a cat. He accused me of ruining his computer and screamed at me about it, then only to say, I'm just joking. His pranks leave me feeling raw and panicked. When he tells me things that are true, I get sick to my stomach, wondering if he's setting me up. He just laughs when I'm in tears. I beg him to stop. Increasingly, I dream of calling my brother and begging him to drive me away in the middle of the night and get away from all of this. I know every relationship has its rough spots. I don't know how to objectively judge whether the pranks are that or something worth ending an 8-year relationship over. What can I do? 888-973-5476 is the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. Ursula, you have the bet first.
Chef, can you help me look up a definition of masochist?
Sure.
First of all, listen to your own feelings. You are saying that you are fearful of your own partner, that you are in tears, and he continues to do it. That is someone who likes to see you in pain, likes to see you uncomfortable, doesn't listen or respect your desire for him to stop. Your repeated ask of him to stop with these so-called pranks, they're harmful. He's a bully. Yeah. I think he's a masochist. I think he likes to see you suffer.
Ursula, you nailed it. Definition is someone who derives pleasure, satisfaction, or gratification from others experiencing pain, humiliation, discomfort, or suffering.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is. And I would be, I'd be, stop it now or I'm out of here.
Yeah, I agree. You got to get out of this situation. I think this is abuse. I think it's all kinds of a mental abuse. As you all know, in 2026, every single day we wake up, it almost feels like we're being pranked all the time. I know I feel that way on a daily basis, like I'm being pranked. Like there's no way this is real. There's no way our president just had to give up and cough up another $5.6 million. Oh, no, not that part. Anyway, back to the whole topic. Yeah. This is abuse. And by the way, if you're still doing pranks later in life, something's wrong with you. Like the whole pranks is just weird to me now. I used to do it.
I'm okay on the occasional prank if it's truly a prank and it's truly harmless and it's funny. But if you derive pleasure from someone else's pain, you are a sick person.
Yeah. Very sick.
Gee, you're right. The percentage of pranks that don't rely on making someone look bad or actually hurting them or causing them an extreme amount of discomfort is incredibly small. The vast majority of pranks are simply cruel. And unfortunately, because of shows like Jackass, etc., there is a growing percentage of young men who pull crap like this, and they say, "Oh, it's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank, bro. Why don't you take a joke?" When what they're actually engaging in is behavior that's abusive or meant to harm other people. This is bad.
I was thinking about if I fool my significant other, and usually if I'm fooling her, is because on the other side is something good. Like, hey, we're going to be going here, but we're actually going there or something. But you know what I mean? Like, but as far as a prank, I was actually, as I was reading, I was trying to think, have I ever pranked her? I'm like, no. Like made her think something was awful. Like, hey, I just hit a cat and you messed up my computer. Like that is some weird stuff, and I don't know.
He needs some help.
Yeah.
He needs professional.
By the way, I screwed that up. sadists. What we meant was sadists.
Oh.
Yeah, masochists are the people who enjoy it happening to them.
Ooh. Okay, yeah,
the sadists are the people who enjoy inflicting it specifically.
Okay, thank you. Sadist. That's what that sounds like.
Yeah. You know, I know a lot of texters are texting in saying to run. And I just don't. I wonder how this can be fixed. And if it can. And because in order for it to be fixed, this guy would actually have to want to.
Yes.
And so
he has to have some other redeeming qualities.
Yes. Yeah.
Big ones.
Yeah. He's got to have some qualities out there. But that is just so often. I can see.
What does that say about that person?
You know, I know this probably shouldn't be gender specific, but man, I got to say it. A man doing that to his wife, that's wild to me. Like, you really want to see her be in pain or any type of mental anguish? Like, that's okay with you? It's weird. All right. We got a lot to talk about on the show, but coming up next, question first. Are you or someone you know drinking less these days? Well, there is a new study because there's been a narrative that's been shaped one way about who's drinking less. Actually, they're saying who's actually the most, which generation is drinking the least. Next, Gee Ursula.
Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, Friday through Sunday, Angel of the Winds Arena, Everett. Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, Friday through Sunday, Angel of the Winds Arena, Everett. 18-month interest-free financing. Our factories have demanded we sell 1,000 hot tubs and swim spas this weekend. Angel of the Winds Arena, Everett. Huge factory incentives, factory rebates, this weekend only. Angel of the Winds Arena, Everett. We can remove your old hot tub. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Deep discounts. Angel of the Winds Arena, Everett. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Just relax and enjoy. Angel of the Winds Arena, Everett. Friday, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Free admission. Free delivery. Angel of the Winds Arena, Everett. Call 833-SPA-SALE or visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150 while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from big wireless, along with a few 100,000 of my closest friends. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and be connected to Pure Talk's friendly U.S. customer service team. Again, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
KIRO News Radio.
Get on the YouTube channel.
We're live all day on YouTube. Every show, every day.
Hang out with us. The whole gang's there.
And you never know what you might see.
Back up the camera. Oh, my God.
Just search KIRO News Radio, then subscribe.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
This is Lynn. She's always been active, maybe a little too active back in the day.
When I was 19 years old and immortal, I stripped out all my ligament and I had to have 6 knee surgeries, and that's on my right knee. And then my left knee finally gave out and had a torn meniscus.
Years of pain followed until she saw Dr. Mark Wagner at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
I'm 4 months out and I have no pain in my knees, and I have had knee pain my whole life. I have no concept of what it was like without pain. It's a miracle. I'm totally thrilled.
No pain, no limits.
Dr. Wagner gave me the green light to ski again this year. I'm like, that's incredible. So I'm just so excited.
After years of surgeries and setbacks, Lynn finally got her freedom back.
I think he saved my legs, so saved my knees, and gave me at least another 10, 15 years to do what I want to do.
If joint pain is holding you back, find out what stem cell therapy could do for you with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. A day after Homeland Security Secretary Markwayne Mullin issued a temporary halt on vehicle stops by federal immigration officers, President Trump overturning that pause. It comes as ICE temporarily pauses traffic stops and after those 2 deadly shootings in Texas and Maine. Here's ABC's Victor Okendo.
Multiple sources tell ABC News the agent involved in the deadly shooting was a newly sworn-in ICE officer, but had been a law enforcement officer with the Department of Veteran Affairs since 2017. That representative for the family telling ABC News Guerrero was on his way to work. The agents were not wearing body cameras. The car's windshield covered in bullet holes.
Escalations between the U.S. and Iran continuing. The U.S. carrying out more strikes earlier today on Iranian targets. It marked the first daytime U.S. strikes on Iran since the first 40 days of the ongoing war. Satellite images also show Iran's drone and missile strikes in the region are causing some damage at installations. On Wall Street, stocks are up. This is ABC News. The CDC confirms cases of cyclosporiasis across 34 states, thousands coming down with the intestinal illness. Michigan at the center of the parasitic infection with 400 more cases confirmed since just yesterday. Cases in that state alone topping 3,000. Now a popular fast food chain is announcing a voluntary removal of some of its items.
Taco Bell saying they have voluntarily removed some ingredients at select locations as the foodborne parasite cyclosporiasis rapidly spreads across the U.S. The company stating public health officials have not confirmed a link to Taco Bell or any specific ingredient, supplier, restaurant, or retailer, adding they will closely monitor the situation.
ABC's Stephanie Ramos. Michigan officials today issuing air quality alerts across the state due to toxic smoke from more than 800 wildfires that are burning in Canada. An orange haze impacting people in Minnesota and Niagara Falls, too. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
President Trump fires the new U.S. attorney in Seattle within an hour. But first, KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. Northbound and southbound I-5 are finally moving better with Alderwood to South Center running about 36 minutes. On the east side, Bellevue to Linwood is 15 minutes, while Bellevue to Federal Way checks in at about 23 minutes. Bellevue to Issaquah is just 9 minutes, and Bellevue to Redmond about 7 minutes. If you're traveling north, Bellevue to Everett is going to take you at least 25 minutes. This traffic report is brought to you by the KIRO Newsradio app. Text app to 888-973-5476 to download the KIRO Newsradio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. A new U.S. attorney has been appointed for Western Washington, and he's already been removed. The federal district court named Roger Scott Rogoff to serve as the district's top federal prosecutor and replace President Donald Trump's controversial pick, Charles Neal Floyd. Rogoff says he was sworn in at 7:40 this morning. Then at 8:34, he got an email saying he'd been fired.
I was disappointed but unsurprised that President Trump removed me from that office about an hour after I started.
Rogoff says he and his legal team are discussing their options moving forward. The president appointed Floyd as an interim prosecutor, but never formally nominated him for Senate approval. Under federal law, that extended delay gives local judges the power to appoint their own replacement, but the White House insists judges do not have the power to pick up U.S. attorneys. A new poll obtained by the Jason Rantz Show on Seattle Red 770 AM suggests Washington's new income tax could face an uphill battle with voters this fall. The Signal survey of 800 general election voters found more than 3-to-1 opposition to the tax. The poll also found a majority of respondents believe the tax could eventually expand beyond million-dollar households. Another poll says something completely different. The GBAO survey has 58% of voters saying they would reject the initiative, with just 38% in support of overturning the new law. The income tax signed into law earlier this year is being challenged in court, and voters are expected to decide whether to repeal it in November. A fistfight turned deadly in Marysville Tuesday night. Police say two men who knew each other fought behind Don's restaurant just after 10:30. One man became unresponsive and died despite life-saving efforts. Officers arrested the other man on a first-degree manslaughter charge. The investigation is ongoing. A 3-week-old harbor seal pup is fighting for its life after being shot in the head near Bellingham. The young seal pup is at the Sea Life Response Rehab and Research Center, where veterinarians say he's slowly improving.
While his condition remains critical, he is currently stable thanks to diligent medical treatment.
This is the third harbor seal admitted with a gunshot wound to the head in the past 9 months. Harbor seals are protected under federal law, and anyone convicted of harming one could...
Northwest News. Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Appreciate y'all. Love it when you come and hang out with us. It's the 11 o'clock hour, so hopefully we have it entertaining and informational all at the same time. Good morning, Ursula.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we will. Mm-hmm. Now, what last hour was entertaining or informational, but not entertaining.
Right. Yeah, agree. 100%. 100%.
I think that we all have learned the definition of sadism versus masochism.
Yep.
So thank you. What I love is if we don't get it right, our listeners are there to back us up. And so I say thank you for that. Muckleshoot Casino and Resort text line is 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
Top stories at 11.
On the Gee and Ursula Show.
Man, I was just thinking, if someone just tuned in and had no idea what I was talking about regarding scenarios, they'd be like, what on earth am I listening to right now? Okay, but let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Seattle is once again being ranked among the fittest cities in the country. And this is coming from the American College of Sports Medicine, and they're putting Seattle 4th among the nation's 100 largest cities, and we're just behind Arlington, Washington, D.C., and Minneapolis. And in the areas where Seattle scored particularly well, that was personal health. Nearly 87% of residents reported exercising within the past month, and the city ranked second in the country in that category. I'm wondering how our Flex Fridays plays into that. If you have started exercising because we do Flex Fridays, we just want to take credit for something.
No doubt.
But Seattle also benefits from our access to parks, trails, and outdoor recreation. The city spends about $382 per resident on parks and has recorded good air quality on nearly 70% of days. So how do they come up with this to give us 4th overall? The rankings look at 35 different areas, including exercise, walking, biking, access to recreation, air quality, and healthy eating. Now, Seattle did slip one spot from last year when it ranked 3rd. And also, just for context, Portland came in at number 29.
You know, there's a lot of different angles to come in with this. But first, let me just say this. I find it interesting that Seattle continues to be a trailblazer and one of the tops in so many things in this country. it reminds me of something. I was just back in Chicago. You know the Chicago that remember our text line when we first started the show? And everybody say, well, what about Chicago?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're listening right now. Maybe you've texted that in. Well, what about Chicago?
When coming to crime, right?
When it comes to crime, what about Chicago? I was just in Chicago just now. And if anybody's listening right now and you've been to Chicago in the last year, do you know how amazing Chicago is right now? It is incredible right now. I'm going to say something, and I hope y'all don't take this wrong. I was on 71st and Jeffrey, Ursula. Now, 71st and Jeffrey, that's the hood, right? Saw a white lady walking her dog on 71st and Jeffrey. Chicago is different today. Same thing is happening in Seattle. People want to demonize this place to, hey, get some of you people to think about leaving this place or keep people from moving to this place. But Seattle, for some reason, median home price continues to stay high, keep rising. You guys say businesses are leaving, but that's interesting because Chase just came out with a thing talking about how they're going to be expanding business and talking about AI. I just wanted to just say we're the fittest place. It's the most beautiful place. Oh, by the way, World Cup. Oh, I just want you guys to know what city was ranked number one each and every time.
Yes.
Seattle. So the people that get paid to demonize Seattle or the people that get the more likes and use their platform to do those things, just remember, the truth never expires and there's receipts.
I'm so glad you mentioned that. I just had a conversation with our chief engineer, and I was talking yesterday, looking out the window saying, man, it truly does not get better summertime anywhere in the world than Seattle. Okay, and it's just like Seattle area, okay? This applies for Puyallup. This applies for Everett. This is just our region.
Mm-hmm.
I was reminded of it again, went to Kirkland last Sunday and had dinner both on Saturday and Sunday, lunch on Saturday and both times near the water or on the water, looking out. And we were talking about how, there are people who would pay big money to go on a vacation to see the kind of views that we get on a daily basis.
Come on now. What?
Seriously. I mean, we take it for granted. And I know I know you could also argue, well, you complain and you just poo-poo on Seattle and all the problems because you want it to be better. And if you truly want it to be better, then okay.
It's almost like they post 3rd and Pike, 12th and Jackson, and then there's people that actually go around with a camera videotaping the unhoused that have chronic drug problems, and people love that content. You love that content to see someone's mom, dad, sister, or brother having the worst time of their entire life, and that's good content for some.
Now, I will say you weren't here, but I also last weekend did go to the Seattle International and Chinatown District. And I see why people who own businesses there are complaining because I did go by 12th and Jackson. And gee, we're trying to get the police chief on because what they cleaned up during World Cup, that did come back. And there were people in horrible health, openly using, openly dealing. And so I don't want to gloss that over because I just talked about it earlier this week. We do have some problem spots that need to be addressed. And how you go about that is more complex than just saying arrest them all or just saying push them down and be a disruptor. It's way beyond that. But it is an issue. Yeah. For sure.
Since we're talking about the fittest, I know I got a little heavy right there, and so I want to bring in some levity on another reason as to why Seattle is ranked 4th when it comes to fit. And it's not all about the walking the trails and hiking and working out. Sure, that happens. But let's be real. Let's take the menu in Seattle. You go to a cookout, a barbecue, a family get-together. Let's talk about the menu. The menu in Seattle is different than the menu in the Midwest and the menu in the South. Ursula, growing up, do you know on the menu at get-togethers there was never a salad? And when I was growing up and I did have a salad, it was iceberg lettuce.
With maybe a shredded carrot.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to say there's a healthier menu collectively in Seattle than it is in the Midwest and the South. And if you know.
Oh, that's true.
You know. Like, it's just different. The only salad that pulled up at a barbecue when I was coming up in Chicago, even still today, is potato salad. Potato salad will pull up, and y'all know that's not a salad. Or to which my aunt said to me just this past weekend, family reunion, oh, I got to get back out to Seattle. Oh, y'all salmon is so good. I love you. And then my other cousin said, oh, I like salmon. They got good salmon out there. And I know you guys are listening, and you're probably saying, well, gee, you should have said something. Let me set the stage. I can't. If I say, hey, auntie, hey, cousin, it's not salmon, do you know what they're going to say? Oh, he think he good. He think he too good for us. Oh, he wants to say salmon. And then it says it's an L right there. It's salmon. So I left it alone.
Bro, that makes my heart hurt.
But they're clearly not from the Pacific Northwest.
But you understand what I'm saying? I couldn't say nothing. You ever have a family member say something? No, probably not.
Well, Kara, yes, no. Are you kidding me? I come from a big family too, and there are cousins and uncles, and I mean, there's always some family drama going on.
Yeah.
Yes. Kara, the cleaning lady, texted in, and she has a picture of her motorcycle near Deception Pass.
She rides a motorcycle?
I know. She says, we do have the most beautiful state. Anything you want is just a motorcycle ride away.
Wait a minute, Kara.
Look at the picture.
Wait a minute. That's your motorcycle?
Yes.
Text back. Is that yours? Wow. You can ride that thing?
Yes.
That's impressive.
Okay. Well, speaking of health, we talk about drinking alcohol, and how it is dropping and how it's losing popularity, especially amongst younger generations. I will tell you that my oldest son, who's just turning 30 in the next couple of days, completely gave up drinking alcohol. And he's not that unusual when it comes to his generation. But I guess we have to forget that claim that Gen Z is the ones doing the most teetotaling, because there's new research that shows one of the leading alcohol market research firms looked into this, and it finds that baby boomers are actually cutting back the most when it comes to booze. Baby boomers. And they're saying the narrative that Gen Z is the generation of moderation is now conclusively debunked. Specifically, only 71% of boomers reported drinking alcohol in the past 6 months. That is the lowest rate of any generation and down 2 points from 3 years ago. Meanwhile, 74% of drinking age Gen Z adults said they had consumed alcohol, which is actually up sharply from 66% 3 years ago. And when they do drink, people are also drinking less. The average fell to 3.9 drinks per occasion, compared with 4.4 in the previous 2 years. And boomers drank the least, averaging just 2.6 drinks per occasion and drinking less often.
Yeah.
Does that match?
Absolutely. You mean you start getting to your 50s, 60s, and 70s, and Ursula, I know you don't drink, but I'm tell you, that recovery ain't the same. As a matter of fact, when you pull up to them doctor's appointment, them blood pressures, and them doctor telling you about your liver, your heart, and then we're gonna have to increase your medications. You start hearing those type of things, you start to be like, let me slow up. Now, granted, there's people that's working out, doing all those things, tracking their health, and then once you realize that, hey, I did all these things Monday through Friday, and then the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, it goes all the way from that alcohol. Look,
the recovery
I just want to say, I like rocking with the alcohol, but I had to figure out, I had to stop. I had to stop not because I had some big problem, because I didn't drink all the time. I asked my wife that. I just figured out, like, it's just not worth it. I think alcohol is poison. And I find it interesting that on hard alcohol bottles, it mentions spirits. And I ain't going to go too deep because y'all think I'm some kind of conspiracy theorist on that. So I'll just slow down. But Ursula, that's why I believe, yeah, that's right. It does say heart. It says spirits on there. I think people are drinking less because they are understanding what really happens. And some people are going to the 420 time and rocking with that.
That's true. I think, is that what they call California sober?
California sober. Yep. Yeah. There you go. Yep.
That's the thing. That is a new trend. Okay. When it comes to the topic of lifestyle choices, was it in the 9:30 segment? I can't remember, but it sure woke you all up because we were talking about this new study that shows up to a third of Americans think it's okay. They're okay with the idea of an open marriage.
Okay.
And then a lot of people started, and we heard your cousin's story, and I heard him you sharing that story, but we heard from a whole bunch of other people too, including this anonymous person in Redmond who says, I've been in an open relationship for 4 decades.
Uh-huh.
It has worked really well for me, and most people that I have befriended throughout the years, but it's not for everyone, just like rock climbing. But when you slip with the open marriage, it's not lethal. Or can it be? Would be a question I'd have.
I want to, because our good friend Katrina was in here, and she said, if I see someone in an open relationship, you're
judging.
You're judging. Is it getting easier to not judge? Because I'll be honest, at first when I heard about it, I was like, oh, that's. But just because someone looks at life differently than you do.
It's weird for my own relationship. It's just not something I would fathom nor accept.
Okay, I got one for you.
Both of us would be that way.
Would you trust?
I told you I know people who are in those relationships and it works for them.
Okay, let me flip it then, Ursula.
Oh boy.
If you knew someone, let's say you had a new girlfriend, because a lot of times you like to have new friends and stuff like that. You do that.
Yes.
So one of these new friends, you guys go out, go to lunch and get to know each other. And then come to find out, after you've been hanging out for about a month, you come to find out she's in an open relationship, her and her husband in an open relationship. Here's my question. You don't judge. Do you trust her around your home with the get-togethers as on the same wavelength of someone who is just in a normal relationship?
If I'm keeping it all the way a buck?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Why? Mm-hmm. Because I know that there would be people who would have a bigger issue, and they would flat out tell me, I cannot believe that you are friends with that person.
So
should I care? No, I shouldn't care. But will I care? I'm being honest, probably.
So you would care based on what other people would say?
That's what I said.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just being honest. But I also think not that deep down, I'm not okay with it. I'm saying that you do you. Well, I think it's different. Would it make me uncomfortable? Possibly. But again, I'm seeing other people. You know what I didn't share? We were at when it was still the Tom and Curly show. They did an event in Fremont, a live event in Fremont. Someone hit me up to try to be part of one of these kinds of relationships.
Whoa, back up. We got about 2 minutes left. Explain.
To which I said, first of all, this person was being very friendly, new. Obviously, I was there because I used to do the news for that show and Dory's show. And so I was introduced. They knew who I was, and extremely friendly. And then eventually came around to, my husband and I are in an open relationship. Would that be something you would be interested in? I'm like, yeah, no.
Oh, this is a lady.
Yes.
Oh.
It was the lady who approached me.
So she started off friendly. Oh, I love you. All that kind of stuff. No. And then after a while, she's like, hey, my husband and I, would you like to? So we want to know, how did you say no thanks? How did you do that?
Flat out. No thanks.
You just said no thanks?
Yeah, that's that's not my thing.
Did you guys done?
I've never no, that was not one of my future friends.
Okay.
I never pursued that as a friendship. I know my people. Alexia in Kirkland just said, if you're in Kirkland and need to kill time, hit me up. I get enough of a vibe. I mean, Dawn, remember Dawn in West Seattle, who ends up now Dawn and Queen Anne? She and I are good friends. Started on the text line.
Oh boy, Ursula, there's a text message, and I'm not going to say their name.
Oh dear.
This is someone who texts in regularly. I have been married for 10 and a half years, and I deeply love my husband. However, I'm also in love with another man too. We are not in an open relationship, and neither party knows how I feel. But I understand the inclination of being in an open relationship because of how I feel in my current situation.
Well,
and if you read this on the air, please don't use my name.
And we won't.
And
I understand this. I also understand how some people are in a marriage that they're completely miserable in, and they're no longer attracted to their partner, but they're in that situation, and they're thinking the only way to make it better is to bring someone else in. I get that too.
Coming up next here on the Gee and Ursula Show. Agree to disagree.
This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes.
Dear Ursula, I have a group of friends who have bonded over...
Hi, I'm Ursula Reutin from the Gee and Ursula Show, and I'm launching a new podcast called Ask Ursula. This is your space. Real life, real questions, whether it's about family, friendships, love, and yes, even the fun stuff like travel and finding your signature scent. Hit me up and ask your questions at mynorthwest.com/Ursula. I look forward to connecting with you.
At mynorthwest.com and the Gee and Ursula YouTube channel.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Your dog is limping, but she seems fine. Plus, you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want. So what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Mark is 76, and his shoulder pain was getting in the way of him playing baseball. You heard that right. Baseball.
Yeah, there's a whole league here of old guys pretending like we're kids.
The pain from severe arthritis just wasn't going away.
It was like a nerve-type pain, and I couldn't sleep at night.
That's when Mark decided to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
Well, if I can avoid surgery anytime, you'd probably be better off.
Mark is back out on the diamond playing baseball.
So I moved into this retirement community, and I talked about my shoulder, and these old people here, they got all excited about it, and two of them now have gone to see Mark Wagner. They don't like driving into Seattle, so I drive them in.
He more than recommends Dr. Wagner. He chauffeurs. So whether it's a hip like mine or a shoulder, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. He's the most experienced in the Northwest with over 20,000 stem cell procedures. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com.
Jane is a small business owner.
That's right.
And tell them what that's like, Jane.
Yeah, well, it's like a roller coaster with a lot of ups and downs, and some days things can feel like they're flying off the rails.
Yep, it's a lot. But the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business can help you manage it all. With the largest, fastest fiber-powered network designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect. Plus gig speeds with security and equipment included. All with a 5-year price lock.
Nice. So everything stays on track.
Exactly. The Total Solutions Advantage. Get started for just $60 a month for 12 months when you add wireless connect to a qualifying internet package. No one does business like Comcast Business.
Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and automatic payments with bank account required. $60 offer requires 300 meg internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Wow, Sarah, these window coverings are gorgeous. Did you guys do this yourself?
No way, it's all Hunter Douglas. My local expert came to our home, brought samples, and helped us see everything in our actual light, then measured perfectly and handled the installation.
If you're planning a remodel, moving into a new home, or simply ready to elevate how your space feels, Westco Blinds, your neighborhood Hunter Douglas expert, offers custom, beautifully crafted window treatments thoughtfully designed for life. Whether it's blinds, shades, shutters, or drapes, our products fit your windows perfectly. And with smart home options, you control the light and privacy with a tap or on schedule. Hunter Douglas window treatments are an investment in quality, backed by a lifetime limited warranty and ongoing support from your trusted local expert, Westco Blinds. Call now to schedule your free in-home design consultation. Call 206-285-5455, 206-285-5455, 206-285-5455.
Hi, how can I help?
Well, my husband and I feel like we've outgrown our current money manager.
I see.
Our lives have changed, and we need something more than just mutual funds to help us in retirement.
She's right.
I hear that often. At Fisher Investments, we'd start by getting to know you, your finances, family, health, lifestyle. We tailor a portfolio around your goals and needs.
Sounds good.
Can you help with estate planning?
Yes. We have a team of specialists who can help you with estate planning, Social Security, investment income, and more. We'll get to know your whole financial picture and help keep you on the path to a comfortable retirement.
And your fees?
We have a simple, transparent fee that's a percentage of the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
I feel better already.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com/different. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Compassion, communication, results. That's Pendergast Law Personal Injury Lawyers. Go to PendergastLaw.com. That's PendergastLaw.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. Today, federal judges in the Western District of Washington installed a former King County judge as the region's top federal prosecutor, and his tenure is already over.
Roger Rogoff confirms what a source had told the Jason Ranch Show on Seattle Red 770 AM, that he was fired in less than an hour.
Sworn in at 7:40 a.m., received the email at 8:34 a.m.
After the judges picked Rogoff a couple weeks ago, he says they reached out to the Justice Department to set up a meeting to talk about how he'd carry out the administration's priorities.
We never got a call back from them. So given that, it was unsurprising that this ended the way it did.
This is the latest turn in a standoff over a rarely tested corner of federal law that lets district judges fill a U.S. attorney vacancy when the president has not sent a nominee to the Senate. Acting U.S. Attorney General Todd Blanche says judges don't pick U.S. attorneys, the president does. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
We are one step closer to permanent daylight saving time.
The Sunshine Protection Act would keep us on this time, daylight saving, meaning no more time changes.
This is a burden and a headache.
Washington Senator Patty Murray.
But oh my God, if we can finally get this done, let's do it. I passed this bill out of the Senate in 2022. Last time the House was the holdup. Now the House has passed it, and the White House has said they will support this bill. We have never been closer to getting this done.
Permanent daylight saving would mean later winter sunsets, but very dark mornings. Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
For a long time, we thought there was only one group trying to bring the Sonics back, but the NBA commissioner just dropped a major hint last night that there is secret competition.
Most of the groups that are interested have not been public, and that's any group that's chosen to be public is their decision.
Adam Silver says multiple private bidders are actually fighting to bring a basketball team to Seattle. He says the league is looking at the overall price tag and exactly who makes up these mystery groups. Silver expects the NBA to wrap up the entire expansion process by the end of this year. And now to your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. Bellevue to Linwood is about 15 minutes right now, while Bellevue to Federal Way checks in about 25 minutes. Alderwood to South Center is going to take you at least 27 minutes. And if you're traveling north, Bellevue to Everett, about a half an hour. This traffic report is brought to you by Seattle Sports. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. Now to your weather. It'll be another hot day across western Washington with highs in the mid-80s. A much cooler weather system arrives on Thursday. Then we're back to warm weather over the weekend. Right now, it's 68 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
It is 11:34. It's time for us to agree to disagree, brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves. Just really go at it.
All right, it's been 31 days since Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has been seen publicly. He was hospitalized on June 14th. And while his office did release a new photo of him proving that the senator is recovering, that photo only brought more questions. It shows McConnell sitting beside his wife, smiling, and holding what appeared to be Sunday's Washington Post sports section. And immediately, right-wing influencers, especially folks like Laura Loomer, began saying, hey, this is AI, it's fake, because there's no video, there's no audio that's been released. And the Washington Post looked at it and said, hey, there's nothing to indicate that this is an AI-generated picture. But Ursula, it brings up the question of, can you really trust anything anymore? Have we gotten to the point with AI where you can trust what you see?
You cannot trust what you see, because I have been, even if I think that I am scrutinizing something, I have been duped before or almost duped before through images created by AI. Some of them can look very realistic. Some of the voices sound very much like the person. Some of the things that are allegedly said by the person who is featured in an AI video could be plausible as coming from that person, and yet it isn't. So I think it is harder and harder, and you have to be much more skeptical, and you cannot just take things at face value as much as maybe you could even a decade ago.
Yeah. Truth is controlled by power. Earlier this morning, I was telling Ursula about a lot of things that conversations that was talked about during my family reunion. Talked about a lot of growth and what happened when there was a lot of things that happened after slavery, the Reconstruction period, hotels being built, a lot of Black-owned businesses, homes in neighborhoods. And I was explaining to Ursula how, man, fires happened a lot during Jim Crow. A lot of those places were burned down. And Ursula, you asked me something. You says, Hood, when you hear and talk about those stories, don't they bother you? And to which I want to repeat, absolutely not. And the reason why they don't bother me is because they help me have more context and better understanding on people's conversations today. The same people today would have been a part of that stuff of yesterday. I think that the world we live in right now, the society, the United States, I'm nervous that we'll never come back from this. Truth is controlled by power. Those that have enough money can make whatever lie be the truth. I see this in my everyday dealings at work. I see this all the time where people will take a little narrative and they'll just go with something. And so I am saying this right now. I think what's happening with Mitch McConnell, I hope the man is okay. I hope that that's not a lie. I'm hoping that it's not. And also, I want to give a shout out to the awfulness that I have seen online when it comes to Lindsey Graham and the celebration of his death. We are living in a time that we might not go back from. I'm not going to say why we're going through this, but we might not go back from them. I know this is supposed to be enjoyable, but the whole Mitch McConnell thing, that photo.
Well, so then the question was this from years ago when he was in better health versus is this right now?
I don't know.
I mean, there was a current sports. He was a newspaper, right?
I don't know. But you believe, like,
no,
look at where we are today.
No.
Like, if he's okay, then say that. If he's not okay, man, like, what are we doing?
Yes. And the number of people who are available to fact check, the number of journalists who are still given the time to actually dig into these kind of things, that number is shrinking. And so what people are relying on is the quick hits, and they don't have the time to dig in. Like, is this real?
You know why it's shrinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's shrinking because it's profitable
Of course.
Go on that side.
Yes.
That's why it is shrinking.
Yes. Like, be damned with the facts. It's like, how many hits are we getting?
Yeah. Like, it's outrageous. like the whole, this mission, I just want to say this, Chef. You had said it to me earlier that you're going to bring it up, and I actually was doing something, and so I forgot to say something. I didn't even really want to talk about this Mitch McConnell thing. I haven't talked about it on social media. Because it is just a sad topic, right? Like I don't know. I don't know if it's real or not, but the fact that we're in 2026 and that is a possibility?
Well, and the reason it's a possibility is something that should be talked about. And the reason it's a possibility is because of this fear of, are we going to lose a seat? And the Republican majority in the Senate is not that big. So now you've lost Lindsey Graham, and his sister is now taken his place. But now the question is, are you about to lose Mitch McConnell? And they want people to believe that he is perhaps healthier, or maybe he is healthy. But just tell the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that we're finally at the place where people are earning these jobs on merit.
Lindsay's sister. I think what's surprising about this moment for me is I don't feel like I'm at the point where I can't trust what I see so much. I think the bigger impact that I'm seeing from AI is that it is allowing us to believe what we want to believe. Because we've been talking about plausible deniability a lot over the last week. And now it's not necessarily that I feel like I'm getting fooled all the time, but I'm seeing people say they can look at something and just say, well, if I don't want to believe it, I can now deny that it is believable or that it is real because I have this out in my brain that says, well, it's probably AI.
Here's another thing, too, though. With social media and so much of our lives swirling around social media, how many of you actually read articles when you see something posted? How many of you only react to a headline or what you assume is a person's take on a particular issue versus actually reading what they say? Because that is something that I see on mynorthwest.com and KIRO Newsradio Facebook pages. A lot of times people are just reacting to a headline versus what is actually in the article.
Wow. You know what I should do during the break? I should look up the statistics on adults and the reading in this country. You think we have a lot of adults that read above a 6th grade level in the United States? I'm going to look it up.
I do think we do have a lot of adults.
Yeah.
I think they're people just choosing not to read.
All right. Text messages, feedback, and then Ursula's Words of the Bite.
Subscribe to the Jake and Spike YouTube channel and watch live or later.
Did you hear that restaurant in the CID? Conditions are so bad, it is not feasible for them to stay open during the weekdays and only during the weekends.
Crime, street life, drug use. If only there were an elected official.
Like a mayor?
Maybe a council of these elected officials. And maybe these concerns could be brought to them.
This should scare them. I mean, I know we're being tongue-in-cheek.
It should.
But Jake and Spike, weekdays noon to 3 on KIRO Newsradio.
Now is your time to get into a new D.R. Horton home by taking advantage of its National Red Tag Sales Event going on right now through Sunday, August 2nd. Stop by any of its participating communities and find select Red Tag homes at incredible pricing. So whether you're buying your first home or looking for an upgrade, you don't want to miss the Red Tag Sales Event going on right now. Discover the D.R. Horton difference at drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
I like it hot.
Beg your pardon?
Can you make it hot for me, Dan?
I think so.
Half heated ain't hot enough.
No.
That's why I called you.
Apollo Plumbing.
Yeah, my sorry old water heater.
Oh.
Ain't getting me the hots anymore.
You want hot water.
That's what I said.
That's what we do at Apollo Plumbing.
And you're ready?
Right now.
When can you?
How about today?
Same day?
We'll have you in hot water tonight.
Clever. How about an upgrade?
A tankless water heater would mean endless hot water.
Now you're cooking.
That's just for starters.
Starters?
How about we make it a worry-free water heater?
Worry-free?
Wrenchie's worry-free warranty.
Which covers?
Repair, service, all included.
And when it wears out?
Apollo replaces it.
No extra charge?
Nothing.
Nil?
Nada. As an Apollo A-list member, you're covered.
And payments?
To fit your budget with approved credit, of course.
And I'm hot again.
Worry-free.
That's for me.
We're on our way.
Thanks for making it hot.
We're ApolloPlumbing.com.
Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, Friday through Sunday, Angel of the Winds Arena, Everett. Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, Friday through Sunday, Angel of the Winds Arena, Everett. 18-month interest-free financing. Our factories have demanded we sell 1,000 hot tubs and swim spas this weekend. Angel of the Winds Arena, Everett. Huge factory incentives, factory rebates, this weekend only. Angel of the Winds Arena, Everett. We can remove your old hot tub. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Deep, deep discounts. Angel of the Winds Arena, Everett. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Just relax and enjoy. Angel of the Winds Arena, Everett. Friday, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Free admission. Free delivery. Angel of the Winds Arena, Everett. Call 833-SPA-SALE or visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Those words weren't written for history books. They were written for you. But it's hard to pursue happiness when aging is part of everyday life. John Curley here. Longevity Medical Clinic was created to help people with overall wellness and longevity, including diabetes management, heart health, weight management, inflammation reduction, nutrition, cognitive health, hormone therapy, and more. I can tell you from personal experience, being a patient for 17 years, I have a richer, fuller life. And I'm better able to pursue my own happiness. As America celebrates 250 years of independence, give yourself the chance to reclaim yours. Independence from aging. Take control of your health before small issues become big problems. Experience a smarter, proactive approach to aging, backed by decades of experience with longevity. Do what I did and feel like yourself again. Get your free health analysis at Longevity Medical Clinic. Find out how at lmclinic.com.
Anthony Hamilton with Tony, live in the Tulalip Amphitheater, Thursday, September 10th. Tickets are on sale now. Details at TulalipCasino.com.
Spike O'Neill here. If your loved one's caregiver is planning a vacation or just needs a break, why not consider Aegis Living Respite Care? A short-term stay that provides 24/7 expert care, Aegis Living amenities, and peace of mind for you and your family. Go to aegisliving.com/spike to schedule a visit today.
If you're hurt in a car accident, call Harold Car Law Offices right away. They'll save you time and get you more money from insurance while you're able to focus on recovering. Visit carlaw.com. 2 R's in car. Car accident? Call CAR.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Well, you know, we like to fact check around here. And Ursula, according to the U.S. Department of Education, this was a couple years ago, 28% of American adults perform at the lowest literacy level. Roughly 52 million adults in the United States.
That's sad.
It is sad.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, what you got for us?
I'll still go with I think the people read just fine. They're just choosing not to read. Lisa in Bellevue said some of her friends don't read the text in the body of the story and expect her to explain everything. That would be a little frustrating.
Anybody have an aunt, uncle, or a parent that sends you stuff that's just absolutely outrageous and you wonder, did you read that?
Yes, exactly.
Did you read that?
Okay, but you opened up the show today. Someone said you chose violence opening the show because you said Die Hard, which was released 38 years ago today, is not a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Bobby in Tacoma says Miracle on 34th Street was released in the summer. So was It's a Wonderful Life, released on the 4th of July. Are those Christmas movies?
Yeah, because it was about Christmas. This all Bruce Willis and Die Hard had was a Christmas party. And by the way, Scott and Ursula said Bruce Willis himself said it was not a Christmas movie.
You know what I'm finding out about Scott on Orcas, who I love?
What's that?
Besides the fact that he'll always correct me when I talk about marijuana, is that he's always in agreement with you. That dude's got your back.
Well, that's rare. It's rare.
I know, you were asking for people
Most people don't agree with me because I know a lot of my opinions are very new. They're not mainstream.
I love it. Well, you said that the show goes better if people disagree with you. Keith says, Gee, I completely disagree. The show does not go better when people disagree with you.
Now let's get serious for a sec. The 14-year-old that filmed his own father's arrest by ICE on I-5. Jeff in Bonnie Lake says guns drawn traffic stop for someone who isn't presenting a danger to the community. That's like a high-speed pursuit for expired tabs. That reminds me of my guns drawn when I was pulled over in Federal Way. Remember I told you that story, Ursula? Like when it was like
I do remember
seven, 8 Federal Way police cars all made me and my boy get out of the car.
Do you always feel a little something when you drive into Federal Way? Or has it changed?
No, it's changed. But, you know, I will say this about Federal Way. And shout out to the mayor. I know him personally. Good dude.
Yeah.
I don't hold that against Federal Way. I just, like, they said that I fit the description of someone who had, you know what I mean? Anyway. But I will say this about Federal Way. Have you guys seen where their stolen cars have drastically dropped like 80%? Like, one thing I know about Federal Way and police there, you know not to go mess around in Federal Way. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, that Federal Way don't play.
Yeah.
Oh, no pun intended. I didn't mean to rhyme that.
Nancy in Seattle says, perhaps the reason he didn't seek citizenship was because he knew how he would be treated. There is no way to do it the right way right now. We are now in a country where people are afraid of the government. ICE agents are above the law and arrest or murder at will and will never be held accountable.
The housing crisis is also a retirement crisis. Allie in Lake Stevens says, Gee, nailed it with the keeping up with the Joneses. My husband and I paid off our house in our 40s, and we did that by keeping what we have. Phones, 7 years, TV, 20 plus years. We just bought a new one a couple months ago. My husband just got a new car to replace his 30-year-old car, and mine is 10 plus years old. It is a choice we make, and people razz us all the time, but we have zero debt. People need to be happy with what they have and realize they don't need the latest and greatest. By the way,
Allie in Lake Stevens. Well done.
Hey, I'm a recovering, keeping up with the Joneses person. So thank you for that message.
Nice. Okay, the U.S. House has passed permanent daylight saving time bill. JD in Mount Vernon says, my kids are going to school in the dark in the winter anyway, so how does this change anything?
All right, Ursula, time for your words to live by. What you got?
Well, we often talk about kindness, but I love this. Kindness takes true grit. It requires the courage to lead with empathy and grace when it would really be a lot easier to react with anger or ego.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. All right, Ursula.
We're going to do this again tomorrow.
We do this again tomorrow. Who knows what we're going to be talking about? By the way,
we're trying to get Congressman Adam Smith on the show tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Ursula, do you want to weigh in on Die Hard, if it's a Christmas movie or not?
Can I share something?
Yeah.
I didn't care for Die Hard. I have tried numerous times to watch it.
Yeah.
And I always fall asleep. So I don't care whether it's a Christmas movie or not. And I just don't get this argument that happens every year.
Yeah. Okay, well, is a hot dog a sandwich?
A hot dog is a sandwich.
Ooh, you'll get
That's another one that keeps coming up.
Is coleslaw a salad?
Coleslaw is salad in my book. Well, you answer. Coleslaw, not a salad.
Hot dog is a hot dog. Coleslaw is salad.
Okay, well, you didn't give me an option of hot dog is a hot dog.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Is it hot dog a hot dog or a sandwich?
Yeah. So what's your answer?
Hot dog. It's a hot dog. It's not a sandwich.
I gotcha.
Yeah. All right, we'll get a lot of here. I was trying to stall. Thanks, Ursula. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Hey, we're going to do this again tomorrow. The Jake and Spike Show. They're coming in next. Appreciate you for listening. Love you for that. And as always, be kind.
Hope you had as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
Years ago,
I wanted to be part of keeping the Seahawks in Seattle long term.
3 decades later,
12, they're bringing the trophy home.
2 Super Bowl championship banners hang in the stadium Paul Allen built. Now, a new era of stewardship begins.
Most things that seem impossible become possible.
And we welcome the Khosla family to Seattle. From the home of the Seahawks since the very beginning. KIRO News Radio.
John Curley here. When the AC starts acting up, don't assume you need a whole new system. Home Comfort Alliance, their approach is simple. Repair first, replace only if needed. Their techs diagnose the real problem because a simple fix can often get the cooling back up again and not cost you a full replacement. Need something new? Ask about a heat pump for year-round comfort. That's what we did at the barn. Get real pricing in 60 seconds at homecomfortalliance.com. Call the comfort people. homecomfortalliance.com.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. Northwest News.
Life doesn't have to slow you down just because costs are up. At Subaru of Puyallup, fuel-efficient models help you go farther with the confidence of all-wheel drive. And you have to experience the newly redesigned Subaru Outback with bold styling, advanced safety, an upgraded touchscreen, and even more capability. For stress-free pricing, a huge selection, and current offers, stop by Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership. Part of the Harnish Auto family. Visit SubaruofPuyallup.com.
It's the best time of the year at Staples, with back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech and more at staples.com/back-to-school.
For more than 75 years, the VA Home Loan Benefit has helped millions of eligible veterans and service members achieve their piece of the American dream, a home for their families. Did you know that you could purchase a home or refinance your current home loan with your VA Home Loan Benefit? VA home loans have lower closing costs and generally enjoy lower interest rates than other borrowers. The VA home loan may save you thousands of dollars on your mortgage. For more information, visit www.va.gov or talk to a lender of your choice. Choose VA.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150 while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from big wireless, along with a few 100,000 of my closest friends.